welcome to session number 84, season 5, episode 11.
Woohoo!
So tonight online we have M.
Hello, I play Uzo. I have Puppy and Giant who are looking, well, actually, they were looking a little bit worse for wear, but I don't currently know where they are, which is making Dooza feel uneasy.
Yeah.
He did feel
It's not to do with the haunts in the haunted house.
No, not at all. He did feel somewhat accomplished the other week, but got resoundingly shot down by his fellow party members. So he's feeling a bit sad and a bit down. And
What's not to love with being shot down?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Next online we have is Jeremy.
Good evening all. I'm playing Otehr, the human, trying hard to regain his half-elvenness status. Warrior of Sandpoint, who's trying hard to live up to what he believes are the ideals of the Pathfinder Society, but has discovered that actually he's probably going to try and turn the Pathfinder Society around to make them meet those ideals.
Not a small task at hand, but I'm sure one he's going to be good at doing. Or at least striving towards.
We need to become a real man again, i.e. half-elf.
Well, you never know. He might actually lose the human part at some point.
Keep the balance too far.
Next up we have...
Of course. Hopefully, if that's the case, hopefully he's gained something else before he loses the human part, otherwise it's not much left.
And also online we have Peter.
Greetings all. I'm Peter. I'm playing Lord Willy-One Kenobi.
Master
Monk
of many
extraordinaire. A little bit concerned to find out that my wife Rose Kenobi is pregnant with my second child.
Maybe it's twins.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, God hates me.
Maybe demons.
I'm sure if you speak to him again, he'll be more than happy to tell you exactly why it's happening.
I don't even realise that he's a god. He's just some guy who turns up with the kiddies to tell me I get to go back.
No, that's a store.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which is always amusing. So, we'll also have a Josh joining us later, and possibly a Kesley, but unsure on the last one. With everyone else being unavailable at this point. So, might just wait for the coffee to finish grinding on this end. Well, I could have muted coffee sounds, but I thought you might enjoy it.
I would like that font, not the current fonts we're getting. Thanks.
So you'd like the imaginary coffee you can hear but not touch. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, that would kind of be preferable.
Yet the haunts have actually been in the adventure. I haven't had to tweak them much at all. So personalised haunts is what I'm hearing at this stage.
Well, yeah. Because coffee.
Oh, I was thinking more along the lines of personalised haunts for Dooza.
No, great. No, that doesn't sound appealing anymore.
Being haunted by the missing puppies.
Now that's just unfair.
The puppies she abandoned.
Oh.
That she didn't even notice I was there because she assumed that they always follow her everywhere.
You guys are mean.
The ones he locked out in the rain.
No, I'm not talking to you guys anymore.
So you mean we shouldn't start off with the scene of two puppies scratching wildly at the front doors trying to get in?
No.
Meanwhile, outside.
But hey, that would be a more personalised haunt.
It would be, yes. It would be terrible. And awful. And mean.
Well, just remember though, as I said, don't trust anything you see or hear.
Mm.
Including whining puppies that are scratching on the door.
Okay, so last time we had it, you'd come to this place called the Misgivings, or otherwise known as Foxglove Manor, to try and find out what has been conducting all the murders in the area. And you've been having a rather interesting time of it in the house so far. So much so that every time you lose sight of someone, they sort of disappear for a while. Which brings us to the point of, at the end of last session, Sparky ran off.
Again.
Oh, she ran out of sight of everyone round the corner, but once she went round the corner, she was out of sight, out of mind.
Oh.
Hold on, everyone, gotta stick together.
Well, that's what they get for not listening to Caught So,
they would have known better by now.
well, technically you are their leader, so if they don't listen to you, they can get reprimanded.
We'll just bypass the fact that shortly after making that order that, hey, everyone just together and don't listen to what they hear or see, Corda immediately reacted when someone was crying and almost jumped out a window because of it. Totally unrelated point.
Oh, I know, it was funny. And it's all based on how well you make your dice rolls. Whether it's high or low, I don't tell you what you need beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe we were actually just
Didn't we just come across the lady of the house?
You did come across the lady of the house.
okay,
A revenant by the name of Aisha Foxglove.
Yeah.
And she went off on her murderous revenge spree and disappeared around the corner.
And we were chasing her
And you were going to chase her, yes.
on the idea that, hey, apparently revenants are not necessarily bad undead, and she might at least lead us somewhere where it's worthwhile to go, or maybe the other horde could be scared of her in the meantime, so if we're with her, we'll be fine, surely.
Well, to put that in perspective for the rules for everyone, revenants are the only non-unique undead that is not automatically evil.
Yep.
So every other form of undead you come across is generally evil from the outset unless the gods intervene. Revenants are the only type of undead that don't start out evil.
They just draw that way.
Well, it really depends on what they do with their undeadness as they're hunting for revenge. So my notes say that you ended last session at room B24 of the mansion. While I'm bringing up the map, does anyone else remember what happened last session to give it further recap?
Well, I think we went through all the rooms and kind of half relived people's individual haunts. Except for Parry, he's just a walking haunt now. Sorry, Harrietta.
I think we'd actually, effectively explored everything on the upper floor, Having caught everything on the ground floor, we then went upstairs, we caught everything on the upper floor, and it got a lot smoother when we all decided that we were all going to stick together, not believe what we see in here.
I just
or
love
if you
that.
do see or hear anything, let everybody know what you're seeing and hearing, so therefore we can find out whether or not you're hearing things individually, or we're all seeing the same thing and therefore it might be real. But apparently, some people still forget.
Well, I'm going to presume Sparky tried to chase after the ghost, but got out of sight of everyone, and now.
Oh no, Sparky ran off from the Revenant.
Oh.
And
exactly, we're all chasing the Revenant. Sparky probably, maybe her foot scuttled away, and she followed it. Because her foot was a rat.
yes, which was quite interesting how that turned out.
Well, these
So maybe we can't blame Sparky completely. Maybe it's her foot.
Josh is just coming back in now, so.
So there is a nice little map for you,
Oh, yeah.
giving you some idea of what you may have gotten yourself into.
Yep.
Because you are currently in the attic at B24, where
Yeah, so I think we'd actually explored everything in the attic except for probably B23.
that is correct. You never went into B23.
I think we went to B24 first and then decided, follow that undead.
just checking otherwise
Which is probably good, because I'm sure that Corda would really have hated of finding what he found in B23.
Yeah, there's something to look forward to. The intent is to come back if we need to. Obviously, something to look forward to.
Or not.
Well, we might just forget to go to the rest of the house if the Revenant leads us to where we need to go. Purely accidentally, obviously.
Normally you don't, if the haunting has been stopped, most of the stuff you can find will disappear. You can only find most of the things while the house is actually haunted. Which is a downside to the hauntings.
I'm sure what we don't know about won't bother us.
Okay, so rushing
We'll
around.
just be pleased that a job well done and having cleansed the house in that case.
Rushing around the corner where B20 and B21 can be found, you see no sign of the Revenant or of Sparky. And we have a Josh joining us.
Another fiend. I had to join.
So yes, you come around the corner and she's gone. No sounds, no sight, no footprints. And no dwarf.
Corda will keep going for rushing at least to the staircase and trying to catch up to her if she's gone down that way.
Okay.
Like obviously, obviously no, but he's assuming she's gone down that way. He can't walk through walls.
As you're running down the hallway to the stairwell, you can hear the floorboards creaking under you as you move, which is quite freaky, as the case may be.
I'm probably concentrating more on trying to catch her at the moment, but part of me's thinking, did the floorboards creak last time when we came through here?
They did.
Okay,
But you were dealing with the heart beating last time you were here.
Right.
That was the level below.
It's on some
So do you rush down the stairs?
Still no sign of her as such.
Still no sign of her. And the floorboards creak mightily as you step into it.
fat free, sugar free. Guilt free?
Yeah, we'll get downstairs and then
Yep.
if I don't catch you up by the bottom of the stairs, if we we get into the presumably into the corridor that leads
Yep.
into
That leads to
the
B11.
main hallway area.
Yeah, the main hallway that does in a circle loop there. As you step in that hallway, it looks different again. You can see bloody paw prints as if from a large dog, as it all over the floor, walls, and ceiling.
God damn it.
And at which point, Doomsday hears a yes.
I don't know.
I really did. Alright, well, I may as well but at this point, Juice is just getting really frustrated.
Are the rest of the party actually keeping up with Bordeaux at the moment?
Everyone but Doomsday is.
I am.
Juice is just probably just cursed, and then you see him freeze.
No one can see Doomsday at the moment, and Doomsday can't see the others.
Great. Dude's just super frustrated. He's just those my dogs. They better not be my dogs. They've already gone through enough.
So basically then, when Corda probably gets to about where the in between the two sets of double doors between B12 and B17,
Yep.
you might be aware enough to look around and just say, where did you go? Which way? How did you go? Yeah,
And there's
multiple pathways you could have gone there from there.
There are many stairways, complete everywhere competing.
Well, also doors and everything like that that we're ducked into. And might then realise that Willie's the only one currently still with you.
Parry's with you.
Oh, Harry's there as well.
Yes, but remember,
Right.
Parry has left his skin behind.
That's right, that's right. Harry's not all there anyway, so. Damn it. And basically looking to Willie and to Parry saying, which way did she go? Hang on, where'd the others go?
And as our nice leader thinks, damn it, he does get this feeling of a consciousness paying attention to him by not responding.
Well, he's used to that.
You're currently on the hold.
Well, he's used to people, not responding to him when he asks. He's been dealing with the party too long. But yes, exactly. Okay, so looking at Willie and Parry, or Beretta, Buffy.
Muscle boy?
Have they got any indication as to which way she went and or where the party ended up?
What do they say? Apparently they don't respond to Corda yet again.
He's used to it.
I think the answer is no. I'm looking around, trying to work out where she went, and I just shrug at Corda and say, I don't know, she went a whole lot faster than I would have thought her little legs could carry her.
She certainly seemed to move, didn't she?
Didn't she?
Okay, well, let's go back up and find where the others haven't come down.
Yep.
Okay. So while you do that, we'll go over to Doomsday. Doomsday, you're by yourself in the attic as you, just as you entered in the upper floor. What do you do? You can't see another living soul.
What do I see?
You see lots of paw prints everywhere. They could easily have come from Giant or Puppy.
Surely you'd recognise their tracks.
Yeah, but first wait. Who doesn't know what to think because what would I keep saying? Don't trust your eyes. But like clearly this is Poppy's orphans and they're finally made inside. So I'm gonna start opening doors to try and find them.
Okay, so switching over to the other guys, as you start to go up the stairs, the doors around you seem to randomly open and shut.
So we get back into the attic without seeing Duca.
Before you head to
On
the
the upper
attic,
floor?
as you're heading towards the attic, the doors in the upper
Right.
floor start to randomly open and shut.
Okay, so like the doors to 15, 14, 7, 13, 17, etc.
Yep.
Willie, Parry, are you seeing the doors opening and closing? Are we hearing the same things? Are we seeing the same thing?
Yep, sure I am.
Can you see anyone opening them?
No. Do you see anyone opening them?
No.
Ah, good. Neither do I.
Yeah, marvellous. Echoing ground, so Duca was the last one we thought was still placed with us at the time, wasn't she?
Dooza was amongst you as you went downstairs.
Yeah. So we'll certainly be calling out for Duca and looking in these rooms that have doors open.
Well, the doors don't stay open for long. They open and then they shut.
Yep. Okay. Certainly, if there's the opportunity to look in a room while one of the doors are open, we'll be first. Duca, where'd you get to? Come on.
Unfortunately, Dooza doesn't respond.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, preoccupied.
I guess we'll keep heading backwards then up the stairs.
Okay, so while Dooza is currently looking through the doors and checking the rooms, you hear the sound of something moving up the stairs to the attic. What do you do? Hey, that was you.
Oh, that was me.
Yes, Dooza hears the sounds of something moving up the stairs towards the attic.
I will.
Not
follow
Puppy.
it down.
You'll follow it?
You're gonna intercept it.
I'm gonna try.
You're in the attic. It's coming towards.
I know she was in the
Well, no.
in the upper floors.
Where
Okay.
we went out the upper, into the upper floor chasing this thing. I then said
Yep.
GDI and disappeared, and then started opening doors.
And from a player perspective, seemingly we're both in the upper floor at the same time. It's just we can't see or interact with each other. Well, no, we can actually hear each other. We'll see the effects of the other one, but not actually the people.
I am gonna make my way upstairs.
Okay. So, you all end up in the attic at the same time, seeing each other. Though Dooza seems to be wearing a dog pelt at this stage.
Do we see where Duca comes from?
Dooza just seems to be standing amongst you while you're when you get to the top floor, the attic.
Okay.
Oh.
So we basically get to the top and say, Duca, what happened? Where'd you go?
And you do notice that Dooza's wearing a pelt very similar to Puppy.
I saw paw prints of Poppy on the wall. I'm trying to find him. He's got to have made his way inside.
Remember, don't trust your eyes.
Yeah, but I don't know what to trust anymore.
And that's when Dooza also noticed that he's wearing a clothing and pelts that seem to be reminds her specifically of puppy's colours and fur.
See?
Where you go say, Cordo like to pay off to the pets to know that.
So you feel as if you're wearing puppy at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel wrong.
A nice warm fuzzy feeling.
Really not.
And that's when you notice on the shoulder it seems to have the whole skull made into a shoulder plate.
It's just like, can you get out of here so I can find my dogs? And
Well,
it's, like,
you can see your dog right now. He's part of your shoulder plate.
Like,
He's with you always.
I don't trust my eyes. I don't trust my eyes. I don't trust my eyes.
And as you say that, you see the eyes sort of look toward you as if to say, "Why?"
I don't trust my eyes. I don't trust my eyes.
Okay, so yes, you are up on the top floor. Where do you want to go now? You're roughly where the number 4 is as you came across Dooza in the attic.
What was the one that we didn't check yet? 23?
23 was the one you hadn't checked. But you could look in B21 again and get another view of Parry.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Well, also, we probably haven't actually necessarily searched 24, but then we also were specifically not searching places too much anyway, so... Because then we might see stuff we don't want to believe in. So, yeah, I think I would suggest that, I guess we continue the methodical search then, since apparently the revenant's gone, so we should head to the room we've not yet looked in. So B23 effectively.
Opening it up, you see shelves of books line the walls of this room, interspersed with curious objects such as dog skulls with stubs of candles, tribal fetishes, and decorative scroll cases. An empty bird cage lies near the southern wall, besides a small desk and a fine leather chair. Statues and sculptures grin from all corners of the room.
Grin.
Yep, they all grin.
Okay. Close the door. Nothing in there that's apparently going to lead us anywhere, so we'll come back and read the books if we need to.
Okay, give me a perception check for Corda, who's there at the door.
16 plus, I think we've got 25 there. Hang on that. That's not right. Perception plus 9, yeah, 25.
25. Okay. As you're saying that, you hear the sound of books rustling in the room as if there been someone's going through the books at this time.
The way the bookshelves and stuff are in the room, they're all against the wall, are they? Like, it's not like...
All the walls.
Like
they'd be basically against all the walls.
But it doesn't look like there's areas of the room that are hidden.
That
like
is true.
bookshelves or anything like that. Yeah. Anyone in here?
So Corda gets to make a will saving throw. As his memories grow bitter with an overwhelming sense of depression and loss and faith in the Pathfinder Society as a whole.
That could be fair. Plus 10,
Especially with this group.
26.
26. Okay. You managed to shake off that growing sense of despair and depression.
Okay. I will then immediately.
But you do notice a old painting in the corner that draws your eye. It has the words written at the base of it that you can see from the doorway. Throw down in Swinetown.
Okay. He'll be watching the painting to ensure it doesn't jump out of him as close to the door. And then saying, okay, there's nothing in there that's immediately obvious and helpful, so let's try going back downstairs then.
Okay.
We've done everywhere on the attic, I think we have, haven't we?
You have been into all the rooms, just not searched any of them too thoroughly yet.
No, and specifically not looking to secret passage or doors or things like that, because hey, we might find them.
Okay, so you find yourself down on the upper floor again. This time the corridor looks nice and clean, like a gallery, with paintings on all the walls.
That's nice, we'll just keep going.
Though you sort of notice the paintings are all of Parry. At least you think it's Parry, because they share the same pose as Parry's house did have, except not a single one of them is painted with skin on.
Okay, I will check my statement there. It's not so nice, we'll still keep moving. We blinkers over the eyes, so therefore we can't
Soak
actually
it
see
in,
sideways.
Corda. Soak it in.
Cordo's holding one hand up that doesn't have the flaming sword in it to cover one side of his face. Ensuring the flame of the sword actually blocks effectively the light, and do a little look through on that side as well. But then he's basically going back for, I think B10 is probably the most direct path put back down again.
It is. You can B10 is the quickest way down. Takes you into the area of B3 and the spiral carpet that only worked once.
Yeah.
Most of the hauntings only happen once a day.
Yeah. And then, so on this floor, I think it's the door to the, on the other side of the spiral, that's the only one we haven't actually looked down, isn't it?
That is correct. You've not been into the stairs listed as number 1 with red. 1 down is the one you haven't been in.
Okay. Well, I guess that's where we're going then.
So you'll find that the red color represents down, the yellow color represents up, and the numbers match for where the two stairwells come together. So if you're curious to how the numbers bent.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming down the stairs and stepping into the basement, I'm sure that's not a really bad thing to do, but hey, you're there.
Well, we haven't got any other place to go, so.
As you step into this large spacious
With any
room,
luck, we'll come across the Revenant again.
it's bigger than the other rooms you've been in before. And a large oaken table, its surface covered with mouldy stains and rat droppings, sits in the centre of a large kitchen. Shelves line the walls, and an oversized fireplace dominates the northeast portion of the room. The shelves in the southwest wall are at a much greater state of decay, and 2 1-foot wide cracks in the wall near the floor lead south into the earth beyond the basement walls. And you do notice sitting on the shelves, glistening in the darkness, a urn.
Like a funeral type urn, or
A cremation
just
urn.
like a decent cremation urn.
Looks like
As opposed
looks
to
like a
just
cremation urn.
like a wine urn or anything like that we might get in the kitchen. The
None of the decay or dust has fallen on it.
well, Cordo's probably going to be taking a quick look around and realising that, okay, nothing's jumping out to immediately kill us or attract or make us think we're looking at something different. So he'll probably go for listening at the closest door, which presumably was one that...
B26 is the closest one to the
there.
stairwells, yes.
Yep.
Okay, as you listen to the door, you feel your heart beating loudly. Give me a perception roll.
Perception.
Is it for
And apparently you have Parry face to face with you, also is listening at the door.
Okay, lucky I'm listening with my ears, not my eyes, or I'll keep them closed. Okay, so so 15 on perception.
What did Parry get?
Oh, Harry is making perception. 32.
Okay. As you're listening in, you feel as if you hear sound of someone stepping further and further down deeper into the earth. Well, that's what Parry hears. Corda just sees Parry no matter how much he tries to not see Parry. And
Well, I don't hear anything.
you do hear the heavy panting coming from Parry across from you.
Okay, well, looking around, Sparky's not around, so Corda will go to open the door, let the others know that he's about to do so. Okay, so they can do any preparations they want to, and then holding his flaming cord in one hand, you'll open it with the other.
Okay, and the door doesn't open. You turn the handle and realize it's locked.
Sparky's never around here. Well, we'll try one of the other doors first then on the idea of we can come back to it if we need to, if we don't find what we need otherwise. So yeah, so Corda will then be going to you'll probably go to the one across the other side of the room on the idea of working his way around the room. He'll probably going from that door, he will work his way around the big dining table, so staying to the edge, and therefore he can have a glance at the shelves as he goes past. But his main point is to get to the next door.
Okay, so as you walk past, you see your own reflection in the urn sitting on the shelves. Except your eyes are glowing in the reflection, and glowing with a malevolent red light.
Doesn't exist, it's not real.
Okay, so you reach the door listed as number 27. I believe you said you were working around the room.
Yep.
Do you listen?
You'll take a listen, see if you hear anything. 22.
22. Okay, so you hear the sounds of scratching on wood. Scritch, scratch, scritch, scratch.
Does it sound like something that might be, it's like, can I get an indication of the size of the scratching? Like a feature or a thing that might do scratching?
You think it'd be rather small, but it sounds like there's a lot of them.
Okay. I will let the others know that I'm hearing something on the other side of the door. Possibly it's just vermin or something. But be ready. Everyone happy that they're ready to open the door?
Apparently, no one has said no.
Go for it, Quarter. I believe
Okay.
in you.
The fact that no one says anything does not feel quite out of confidence that they're ready.
Are you ready? The crickets start sounding.
You
okay.
are our glorious leader.
Yes.
Our glorious sacrifice. I mean, yeah.
Well, like I said, he's looking around, okay, yep. Dude's just got both hand axes ready to go. Willie's got his hands up in a fighting pose or whatever.
I've got my staff out, ready to go.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Dooza doesn't have his axes right now.
Oh, okay, he's big axes, great axes, that's right.
And so the answer is no one seems to be ready for you right now.
Everyone's ready. It's Quarter.
Yep.
Everyone just thinks Quarter will deal with it. We're ready.
People are forgetting that Dooza has quick room.
I just wave my hands.
Hello.
No.
We'll try and keep the door open. Might be all locked again after doing all that preparation and readiness.
That's okay. It gave me enough time to look up what I needed to, so you'd have plenty of things to worry about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so what you're saying is the door's not locked.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to also suggest that people get to make a perception roll for their initiative this time. Because most of you are too busy not making the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
26 a quarter. He is actually somewhat prepared and ready, apparently.
23 for Dooza.
21 for Willie.
Apparently, I'm ready. I'm good.
It's close quarter, I gave you plenty of time to get yourself ready if you didn't look like you were prepared.
And how about parry?
Sorry?
Initiative.
Initiative.
He can choose not to roll and get a 0.
30.
Apparently, Harry is super ready.
Like I say, I wave my hands generally in the air and spells fly.
Well, something flies.
Blood.
Apparently half the time explodes.
Blood and sinew, because he has no clothes or skin.
Oh no, he's got clothes on now, hasn't he?
Yes, he has the nice dress robes from Willie over his muscular form without the skin.
Is he not still female form?
Hard to tell because it's just muscle behind everything.
Yeah.
I think the memories give it away, doesn't it?
There's no muscles in that mass.
Yeah, big ones. Bigger than should really normally be there. No matter how rough.
Hopefully the robe is covering enough that it means you couldn't actually tell anyway.
Okay, so as the door opens, there's a lot of excited squeaks from glowing red eyes coming by the hundreds through the doorways, engulfing all of you. So, Parry, you're up.
Oh, goody.
Parry, what's Parry see?
He sees a lot of squeak.
Rats.
Rats.
I believe we're talking swarms of rats.
Swarms of rats.
So, to put it better for Parry, because you did so well, you see swarms of zombie rats.
Oh.
Or possibly, in fact, in Parry's case, oh no, that was in Sparky's case.
And Parry hears in the back of his mind, "You're welcome."
Okay, because
In the back of my
Sparky,
mind,
if she was here, she'd be seeing swarms of feet.
Free action.
And so Parry realizes his devotion was well accepted.
Parry will free action point out saying zombie rats to everyone.
Thanks, Harry. For the obvious.
You guys really knew there were rats.
Thanks for the
And saying zombie rats.
Yeah. And the difference in how we're going to react to them is?
No different. Harry's going to take 2 actions to cast electric arc on 2 of them.
Okay, so it is a swarm. So hitting.
Oh, sorry, is it a swarm, is it? Sorry.
It is a swarm.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
swarms
then-
that are coming.
There are 2 swarms.
Oh, well, I can target 2 swarms, can't I, with electric arc?
I'm not sure you can actually target a swarm.
No.
If you, I think swarms can only effectively be targeted by area effect.
Gotcha.
Or elemental type effects. So
God.
electric might do effect for it, but
So while you could let off your electric arc and see 2 tiny rats get hit by lightning, you wouldn't notice any
Cool.
degradation in the swarm itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well then Parry's going to step beside Quarter and have a clear line of sight on 2 swarms, yes?
You don't have to step to quarter. You're currently all inside 2 swarms.
Oh, we're
you've got clear line
inside.
of sight to 2.
Mm.
You've got clear line of sight to both of them. Of course,
Okay,
any
cool.
area effect spells you do, a lot of them get us as well. But it's probably a risk we're taking.
Well, I'm trying to shoot a line of grim tendrils.
You can't effectively get them without getting the party.
Okay.
But that might also be appropriate depending upon.
Changing plans.
Anyone got alchemist fire?
People should.
So, one of my things I can't use at the moment. I'll use the. I'm still assuming that I am 2 of 3 prepared for my level 1 slot. We haven't rested for a while.
You have not rested since you come into the house.
Excellent. Then I will try color spray without.
Without mercy.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to make these rats colorful.
I'm not sure that vermin and or undead are affected by those sorts of spells, are they?
Well, I'm sure we'll find out in a moment.
You know, find
Yeah.
out.
When we all get affected, but hey, they can continue. Go for it. Let's see what happens.
Color spray.
You want me to read it out for you, Martin?
I know I am just ticking out how effective it's going to be.
Okay. Then I've chosen probably like 3 of the worst level 1 spells to deal with swarms. Yay.
Well, no, the problem is that swarms are always a bastard to deal with.
And undead swarms doubly so. So, as you throw your life-affecting color spray spell, the rest of the party get to make a saving throw versus your color spray.
Yay!
Are we all automatically in it?
Well, he's targeting the 2 swarms, which gets everyone.
Yeah, but targeting the swarms could be having the sort of left-hand edge of your cone graze both swarms as opposed to hitting centre of both with the centre of your cone, if that makes any sense at all.
It does, though.
Yeah,
if he was to avoid hitting half the party, he would only hit 1 swarm.
That's right. The PCs are in the middle of both swarms, so he's going to hit both of them. The PCs
Yeah.
are effective.
The swarms can overlap a little, but they can't overlap fully.
Yeah.
What do
Well-
we save against for colour spray?
So that would be a will saving throw for the rest of the party.
Mm-hmm.
We'll save, in my case, 25.
You succeed.
Mine is going to be...
So the what is the DC, Josh, of your thing?
Sorry, DC is 22.
So 22. So he succeeds, but he's dazed.
Yes, he is dazed. I was literally scrolling down to see what success meant.
25, so I'm also dazed.
Dazed, yes.
I fail miserably.
How
Is that
miserably?
Critically.
Does colour spray have a hit dice limit that it can affect?
It does not.
Please say yes. What?
Well, it's the sort of thing that I know it did, but I didn't know if they put it across the Pathfinder. So.
All it is based on the will save.
It's based on will save
Right, fair enough.
with DC 22.
Okay.
22 did you say?
Yeah, 22.
Okay, I fail, I don't critically fail.
Alright, then you are stunned. Stunned 1, blinded for 1 round, and dazzled for 1 minute. So the creatures are dazzled for 1 round, if they succeed.
So
Well, that's
dazzled
not
means
bad.
everything is concealed from you. This means you must succeed at a DC 5 flat check to target anything.
Well, considering we're going for swarms, that probably not make it difficult in the book.
It still means you can miss the swarm, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And stunned means you can't act while stunned. And blinded is another fun one to bring out as well. Everything's now difficult terrain for you.
Well, I don't think anyone actually failed, did they?
Oh,
I did.
Willie did.
Oh, no, so yeah, really failed, critically failed. Okay.
No,
Yeah, he didn't critically fail.
I was fucking close, but no.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. So that is Willie is
Are
blinded.
you sure you don't want to be blinded for a minute, Willie?
No.
At least you won't have to see the ending.
Mm.
Dazzled for how long? For 1 minute. And you're currently stunned 1. Whereas everyone else is...
So we're stunned 1?
Yeah,
Okay, so that just means you lose an action, yeah?
you lose your next round. You lose all 3 actions.
So, hang on. So, does my stunning fist doesn't do that, does it?
Your stunning fist, I believe, may slow instead. Because slow is different to stunned.
Okay.
Oh no, actually it is. It reduces the action by 1. I was thinking it was one of the other ones. So you've lost 1 action for 1 round. Okay, so Parry's done his amazing colour spray.
So that was 2 actions.
Was that a cantrip?
What?
Colour spray.
No.
Yes,
It's a first level spell. Sorry. Yeah, it's not a cantrip. The color spray is a 2 action cast first level spell.
What do you do for your 3rd action?
Say everyone duck after I've casted the spell.
Okay, and to Parry's eyes, everyone starts quacking at him.
Whacking.
Yep, they all seem to grow feathers and start quacking before your eyes.
Oh, you
They all die.
Billy!
And that's you can thank your dedication you did at the start of the round for that one.
Thank you!
So, Cordai,
Like to say you're welcome.
So, Corda, while you don't appear to be feathered and the rest of the others don't appear to be feathered, you are slightly dazed by lots of colours swirling through your eyes.
Okay, well, I will attempt to basically swipe my flaming sword through the wax swarm to try and clear some space around me.
Okay, make a flat check first.
12.
You do succeed at hitting the swarm. Now you can roll against the swarm.
AC 34.
AC 34. You get a critical hit.
Okay. Well, now that would normally do. Where am I? 2d12, so 4d12 plus 10 plus d10 of persistent fire damage.
So I'm also
Is
going to
it worth
say
rolling
that
any of that in the case of this?
it is because you're wanting to get a certain amount of damage above how much they stop.
Okay, right.
But I'm
So
also
yeah,
going
I couldn't remember exactly what the effect of the swarm, what weapons had effect on swarms were.
But as you manage to get twice the critical requirements, I'm going to give you a card critical hit at the same time. You're the first player to actually achieve 20 points over the target number.
Nice. So, am I rolling damage normally then?
You do roll your damage normally.
I say unmuted. Yay!
Yeah, you might give up that when you look at the damage roll. I rolled a total of 6 on 2d12.
6 on 2d12.
6, 11 points base damage, which
Yep.
will be double unless there's other effect of the card critical, which would make it 22. And the persistent fire is 7 points persistent fire damage.
Okay, so that was 22 base damage.
Yep. Well, it was 11 base damage and 7 fire, or persistent fire.
Okay, 11 base.
What the multiplier for the critical might be?
The base multiplier is 2 because you got a critical
Yeah.
hit. The other one could have done
Yeah.
extra, so that made it 22. Minus the resistance it has to you of 6 made it 16, I think, from 22.
Kind of 16. Okay.
And then you did a 7 on top of it.
Persistent
So
fire.
you managed to kill an entire swarm with one sweep.
Nice.
As you see all of them squirming on fire with your major slash through over 100 rats in one swing.
Jesus.
I told you it was a sweep. In which case, I might just try and do that again.
And at which point, Willie also hears in the back of his mind, wrong savior.
Okay, what a shame I didn't actually, I said it was a sweep, not a swipe. Just looking through my feet and stuff, and the swipe is actually a special one that was loaded into attack at the same time. But yes, not as good attack.
That's okay. You also got to make your flat check as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, flat check, well, like I said, the flat check was an 8.
Then it's a hit.
That's a hit, so I'm going to re-roll the attack roll again, that's nice. Oh, much better. 9. Which makes it plus 14 is 23.
23. Okay, that make it just a normal hit.
Okay.
Which sort of says just how well you did your other one.
Well, the other one was a good hit. Hey, but I did much better damage this time. So, a total of not doubling, this time I'm doing 24 points of slashing damage and 4 points of non-persistent fire.
Okay, so with 2 sweeps of your sword, you wipe out 2 swarms.
There you go. And then rub my eye thinking, what was that bright light?
And you'd think that without the flame, it would probably they would have continued moving no matter how much you mangled them.
I say, I was not unhappy that I had a flaming sword ready to go when you said they were rats, particularly when it turned out they were zombie rats.
Yes, just like the one that they found in a bathroom earlier.
Yep. But Corda didn't make the mistake of stepping on any of them.
Okay, so yes, you have successfully dealt with the rats.
Okay. While Billy is recovering a bit from the colour spray, Corda will have a look inside the room now that the rats have come out. Or look beyond the door that is room 27.
Okay, you see holes in the floor, walls, and ceiling. Apparently, they use this room to get around.
Okay, like in the bathrooms.
Yep. Upper floors, lower floors, outside the manor.
Okay, what do we know what the room actually is?
It looks to have been a storeroom.
Okay.
Once to have held foodstuffs, but after the swarm's been here, there's nothing remaining.
Makes sense. Most importantly, though, nothing further moving, attacking, or explaining what's going on.
No, Cordo managed to swipe them all. You managed to swipe right.
Yeah. So, giving the others time, thinking, okay, guys, ready to move again. Parry, careful where you're flashing those lights around.
But we all know Parry likes to flash. Everyone hears in the back of their mind.
Corda will then go on to the next door and check that people are prepared, and then open the door. Well, listen first and then open the door.
Okay, as you open the door, this door squeaks very loudly.
But presumably it didn't squeak before I opened the door.
That squeaked as you were opening the door.
Yep. Okay.
Well, there was no squeak before you opened because it wasn't moving.
Yeah, correct. So, but the point was, I did a listen at the door like the others, and I presumably didn't hear anything.
Did not hear anything.
Happy with that.
Looking inside, you see 2 wine racks line the walls here. Their shelves empty and dusty. Mounds of broken glass bottles clutter the floor.
Okay. Moving on to the next door then.
Okay. Moving on in. You
What
walk
we
down.
don't find can't affect us.
You reach the door at the end of the corridor, which leads to another corridor, which leads to another door. What do you do when you reach the other door to room 29?
Double checking to make sure that all the party's still with us. No one's wandered off or stayed behind, or.
Okay, looking around, you seem to have wandered off on your own.
Okay.
Hi, Corda.
Back to the corridor, to the door which led to the kitchen area, and say, guys, are you coming?
You see Willie still waving in front of his eyes, trying to see. He finally stops blinking and looks in your direction.
The intent was that he was certainly waiting a couple minutes for before he opened the door to the second door. So really he was coming back. If it would have taken more than a couple of minutes to recover, then he was wanting to look at other, find out what was going to happen, or talk to Parry and say, what did you do to him? But okay, if everyone's still up and running now,
Yep.
all here.
Even Doomsday's there.
Okay.
Deuce is staring at all at you taking out these rats. He's actually impressed.
Does he think Perry took out the rats or that Cordar took out the rats?
That Cordar took out the rats.
Willie doesn't know anything.
Okay. Corda, I thought particularly concerned about praise or impression at the moment. He's going for efficiency. 2 squads to remove that, efficient. That's all that matters.
I mean, I could have fireballed the entire party.
So, I mean, the important thing that presumably what everyone else in the party did was Cordar, as a free action, as part of his flight, was calling, helicopter, helicopter, please come down. So that everyone jumped as he got the sword along the back on the floor.
Though at this point, Harry now notices that all of the ducks he's been staring at making quacking noises have turned back into real people.
Ah. Actually, no, I'm happy about that because they're actually not quacking at me.
Yes, and a duck took out all the rats. The duck was amazing.
Yep, definitely wasn't Porter.
It must have been a mighty duck.
It was definitely that super duck. Yep.
Mighty duck.
Mighty duck.
It was quacktastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone with us ready to go. All in for a mighty duck.
Flying V, do. Whack.
And we'll go down the corridor. Go down the corridor to the door that Cordar found at the end of the
So this corridor looks different than the others. As you reach the end, the door appears to be made of iron instead of wood. And while you think about how you're going to do that, I'm going to duck to the bathroom. So
hope it's not locked. It's going to be the first point. I'm guessing if this door turns out to be locked. Sorry, go on.
Where's eating at dinner?
Oh, right. I was just going to say the fact that, like, when I looked at the door thinking, okay, well, if this door turns out to be locked, then it may be worth going back to the other door in the kitchen that was locked, because, hey, wood's probably going to be a lot less difficult to bash down than iron.
I mean, you have Bruiser. Didn't I prove my door destroying worthiness before?
Well,
You're no father,
And this game version's a floor, okay?
So does this mean we should reduce your intellect to go with it?
Yeah, probably.
So Cordar's going to take a listen at this iron door.
Yep. As you go to listen to the door, you see the door have lines of energy start to crisscross it.
Okay. We won't listen too closely. Like physically closely. And back away from the door a bit with the idea of hang on. Ooh. Harry?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is everyone seeing what I'm seeing?
What do you see?
Yep.
Is that door become magically active?
Yes.
With thievery, do I have any idea what's going on? It's like a magic trap that maybe I might be able to disable.
You may be able to. I believe you're skilled enough to do so. Give it a try.
Do you? Really though?
You believe.
What's the worst that can happen?
I could go.
You're probably good enough.
Actually, no, we don't. We don't believe in you.
Awesome. I stand there.
Willie does hear in the back of his mind, but I believe in you.
Who are you? And why do you keep talking to me? The only people that normally talk to me in my head is the cats.
Well, you keep calling out to me, it says.
You have cats talking in your head? I
Yeah.
am really concerned.
Really? They're, well, they're cats, so, you know. But no, they're cool.
And they have not tried to kill you for such a long time.
Yeah. And they only threatened to kill me the last time I died and was brought back. So I'm treating it so far as a win.
So, are you hearing voices in your head? Is that what you're saying? Disgusting.
I always hear voices in my head.
Look, which specific voices am I hearing right now?
Okay, well, Parry, you
Mm.
reckon you can do something about this door? I don't know that it's something you want to touch.
Can I make an Arcana check on the door?
You can.
I will make an Arcana check on the door. Plus what?
Plus many.
Yeah, plus many. 26.
26. Okay, so having a look at it, it seems to have been a ward against scrying.
A war against scrying. So we can just
So
wander
does
on
that
through.
mean, does that mean it's only the only reason it's activated is because I tried to listen through the door?
That's what Parry believes.
Yes. I would leave it.
Okay. Corner will go for cautiously touching the door with the hilt of his sword.
Nothing happens. Except for this tink.
Okay. Cautiously touch it with his hand.
Nothing much happens except you feel this nice cool metal under your hand.
Okay. Try the handle.
You jiggle the handle and find it's locked.
Fire.
Guess you need your trusty monk in the end after all.
Yeah. Well, Cordar's immediate reaction is in fact, damn it, where's Sparky? And his recommendation would be that we go and check back the wooden door that was locked. Because if we've got to bash down the door, probably easier to start with a wooden one than use an iron one.
And as you say that, when you finish saying that, you do hear in the back of your mind, damned I'm sure.
Yes. Does anybody in the party have other options or other preferences to going back to the wooden door that was locked?
Each of you hear a I do in the back of your head.
Juza
Like-
wants to rip this door off.
Well, like, as I said, if Duka thinks that he can do an iron door, Cordar's happy to let him try.
And in the back of Duza's mind, he hears, remember, lift with the knees, not the back.
Alright,
CM, you live with your knees.
I will take the advice of Ghosty Voice. I will go up to the door, I will squat, and then attempt to like rip the door off.
As Duka's getting set up to do it,
I believe Willie was
Cordar
saying
will-
something as well.
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Hey, Doozer, you mind if I try picking the lock first?
Yes.
Cool.
You fucking Duza. We were expecting
Hold
nothing
up.
less than like this is my door and I will fuck it up the way I want to.
Cordar offers, as Duka's getting himself set to, I don't know, charge the door or rip it off the hinges or something or other, such off. He'll pull out a crowbar and offer it as an option.
Nah, bare hands.
Okay.
Is it athletics?
Athletics check, and we'll see how well Doozer breaks himself.
Yeah.
29.
29. Okay, so apparently the lift with the knees was what you needed to do. As you hear the sound of the hinges breaking on the door, and then the door collapsing into the room with a loud clang.
Doozer continues to be in his squat pose, but then he also flexes.
Well, and if Dougal was privately impressed with Cordar sweeping the rats, Cordar's privately impressed with Dougal breaking down the iron door.
And as Doozer starts flexing, the wolf head or the dog head on the shoulder starts to woo woo along with the flexing.
So working around the flexing Dougal, Cordar will take a look in the room and go in.
Okay, as you go in, you find that this appears to be an arcane workshop of some sort. Though it now lies in ruin, especially with a door thrown in the middle of it. A row of soggy books sit upon the northern end of the workbench along the western wall. At the other end of the workbench, what looks like 3 iron bird cages sit, each containing a dead, diseased rat. To the east, 2 stained glass windows loom. The northern wall depicts a thin man with gaunt features drinking a foul-looking brew of green fluid, while the southern one shows the same man but in an advanced state of decay, as if he has been dead for several weeks. His arms raised and head thrown back in triumph. His rotting body turns to smoke and spirals into a 7-sided box.
Hang on. Was that something we were seeing, or was that an image on a painting or something?
That was an image of. So that's what you see through.
Quite active.
That's what you see of the stained glass windows looking out over the coast.
Okay. So they depicted someone effectively triumphantly being turned into smoke and going down to a soda box.
Yep.
Okay. Good windows. Any exits from the room?
Yes, there is a doorway right next to the one you came in on.
Okay.
Though you do see books on the table. Does Parry go over to the books? Well, I also give everyone a perception roll.
To try and avoid seeing anything they don't want to see. Good.
23.
22 for the quarter.
What about Parry and Doozer?
I just wasted a good nap of 20.
Well, did Parry get an actual 20?
Parry did not.
Then Doozer it is. So apparently you seem to be caught up in this amazing murals in the stained glass windows.
Well, they're pretty effective.
And they seem to almost move as you stare at them. Give me a will saving throw.
Will save. 29.
29. Okay. You feel a compulsion to read the books on the table. You feel as if what you're seeking is in those books.
I guess I can't find it.
It's up to you. Just because you feel a compulsion doesn't mean you have to follow it. But if you want to, you're welcome to.
Okay, well, I'm not really a book person. kind of like grab Harry and just be like, you have to read these books. Like, you have to. Like, forcibly read them.
What does Parry do?
Puts him in front of the books. Sure, Parry doesn't mind.
Not read the books.
He's getting manhandled by Duzar and getting put in front of books. I'm sure he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind.
Though at this point, Doozer realizes he's been manhandling muscle, not skin.
I don't believe my eyes. I don't believe my eyes. I don't believe my eyes.
Well, it doesn't feel like skin. It does feel like raw meat.
I mean, I'm sure Duzar.
Don't believe my fingers, don't believe my fingers, don't believe my fingers, don't believe my fingers.
And as Parry looks at the books, he finds many books on necromancy about making friends and a better life for yourself. Give me a Arcana roll.
So it's a book on necromancy, how to make friends, or get them back.
31.
31. Okay, looking through the books, seems to be instructions on transforming a mortal into a lich.
Harry is sparked now.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cordo's been listening at the other door, and then I'll just take a bit of time to do it. You say, guys, we're only not to high stuff, let's just say that. What are you doing reading books?
And Harry takes the book.
Okay, you pick up a couple of books on necromancy and put them in your pockets.
As a player, I have a vague memory that didn't Harry notice something about the stained glass windows up above that Doozer identified so effectively
He did.
regarding liches
Lichdom.
and stuff?
That is correct, he did.
I can't remember exactly what it was you discovered, but
They appear to be relating to someone's search for lichdom. And he has confirmed it with these books.
and possibly with the more images on these stained glass windows.
That is true. So Parry also now gets to make a will saving throw.
Yay,
Sorry, Harry might have been specifically trying to avoid making connections.
30.
30. Okay, so as you're thinking about all the connections there, you get a slight feeling of wanting to flee and rescue your child, which you don't have. But that's just fleeting and goes away.
You get better. So from Cordo's perspective, we haven't got time for reading right now. Let's keep moving. We're going down through this door. You ready?
Okay, as you reach for the door, your hand goes right through the door.
Is everyone seeing what I'm seeing or not feeling?
Was anyone paying attention?
I was in books.
Duzar was still probably mesmerized by the mirrors.
So unless Willie was, I'm assuming no one speaks up and Cordar is left looking at the others to say, come on, pay attention.
Well, he had thought that everyone had come up and got to the door before he tried to put his hand through it.
But again, he thought they followed him previously as well.
But that is why he's actually taking more time to actually look back regularly and say, okay guys, focus, come in here, now. We're moving on.
No, okay, boss.
I just have this vision of tour guide saying, and moving, and we're moving, and we're moving.
We're moving, we're moving. Okay, so Duga, Willie, Parry, all standing with corner beside the door.
Yep.
Correct?
They are all there now, I believe, unless Willie's doing something else. What is Peter doing with Willie? Hello, Peter.
Sorry about that. I was away for a little bit.
That's okay.
I'm following Cora.
Oh, good. We were just checking to see if Willie was staring off into space, apparently mesmerized by something no one else can see.
Well, I was almost going to raise with Harry that going down the path of lichdom. I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, more power, more power.
Well, he looks like he's halfway there with having shed his skin.
Yep. Yeah. True.
Okay, so all four people are standing near the door. Corda will once again try and put his hand on the door handle. Does his hand go through again?
His hand does go through.
Are you guys seeing this?
Though he had a sneaking suspicion it might not do it this time for him, just to mess with him.
But like I say, if it does go through, Corda is checking with the others. Are you seeing this? Because he didn't want to alert them as to what he thought he might happen. Okay, that might interfere with the results of everyone seeing the same thing. Is everyone seeing his hand go through?
Everyone sees you. Everyone does see your hand go through.
Yep.
I will try and push my hand a bit further forward through.
It seems to go up to your elbow and then stop.
Okay, I will hopefully pull my hand back out again then, if I get stuck going forward.
It does come out.
Okay. What about if I try and put a foot through?
You hear the sound of the door getting kicked.
What about trying to push with my hand on, like, at the middle of the door rather than near the door handle?
Your hand seems to go straight through the door. You hear a smirk in the back of your mind saying to you, it's a hands-free door.
Corda's going to test the idea.
Look, Marlo,
He'll try and just put gently. He's not trying to force his way through or anything like that. But he's basically trying to put his shoulder to the door to see if the shoulder will go through. On the idea of it's not covered. Well, I suppose the hand's probably got all this stuff on anyway, so it's probably not just very flesh. But
he hears the door rattle as he pushes his shoulder against it.
Okay.
Does Cordo need to volunteer again?
Well, so Cordo's doing the other thing. It seems the handle won't allow it to be manipulated, but it does seem like the door will resist a charge. So do so. Might be all your job again.
With pleasure.
Corner, I'll stand back a bit. You do some running moves if you want.
So how are these dudes are going to do with it? In the back of Dooza's mind, you hear, remember, lift with the knees, not the back.
I will do the same maneuver that I did last time.
Okay, give me a roll. Athletics.
natural 20
Okay, so you do
for
this
a total of 34 upgrade.
you do this amazing backflip in front of the door. Your arms going straight through the door up to your elbow, and then landing back on your feet. Not really sure what happened, but the door didn't budge. You just couldn't feel it with your hands.
Alright.
Quarter, okay, no. You probably have to shoulder charge it. Shoulders in the right solidity, hands didn't.
Can I try kicking it?
Sure.
Oh,
None of these fancy acrobatic maneuvers.
Athletics for Duzar for kicking the door.
Not quite as good roll, unfortunately, but 27.
27. Okay, so the sounds of the hinge breaking as the door falls in. And then crumples to pieces.
Jesus just had to, warm up this time.
Well, you did an amazing backflip in front of everyone.
Mm.
Well, good job. Corda will have a look into beyond the door.
Looking beyond the door, you see stairs heading down. Perry remembers hearing sounds of feet going down.
Did you tell people you remember that?
That's completely between Perry and his muted microphone.
I say unmuted feet.
No, I will mention to the other party members that I heard footsteps going down.
Did anyone else hear the footsteps?
I presume we all did.
No, no one else heard the footsteps because Perry heard it in one of the other rooms.
Okay then, so Harry, thanks for mentioning. No one else heard it though, so it's probably in your head. You can probably ignore them.
Okay.
Okay, but we're all going to go down, so then you'll hear some footsteps going down. Everyone ready? Stick together. Let's move.
Okay, so coming down these stairs, you find yourself in a room with piles of broken stone, dirt, and a few ruined pickaxes around the edges of the room. The floor in the middle has been torn up to reveal an ancient set of stone steps that spiral downwards. A lot older than the rest of the construction of the complex. A foul stink like that of rotten meat wakes up from the cold breeze from the darkness. And Corda has a sudden chill go up his spine as he has a vision of Aldern Foxglove, sweaty, filthy and wild-eyed, digging at the stone floor with the pickaxe. And when Parry reaches the landing as well, he gets the same vision, but Aldern turns to Parry, winks and blows a kiss and saying, "For you." So both of you get to make a will saving throw.
Oh, 19 then I start. It'll be 29.
What does Parry get?
Was it will saving throw?
Will saving throw.
27.
Okay. So everyone sees that both Parry and Corda are suddenly covered in all little small bites all over the place.
Are we feeling these bites?
No, you made this. You made the saving throw. So all you get to do is see it.
Okay. Corda's calling out to the other things. He's not feeling anything. And is he seeing these bites on him? Or is it just the other seeing the bites?
You do see the bites on you.
Okay. Corda's calling out to the other things. Is everyone seeing Foxglove digging over there? And apparently Harry and I covered in bikes, although I don't know you actually recognise I'm Harry with you.
Well, you can see flesh little wounds all over his nicely glistening muscles.
Which is already look like it's already wounded because it's open muscle. But yeah, so does everyone else see Foxglove digging?
Yes.
Dooza didn't, but Dooza says yes.
I take a look over their shoulder.
You look over their shoulder and you just see a hole in the floor. But hey, I'm sure it'll make them feel better if you say yes.
I mean, by digging, you mean that hole in the floor, right?
And as Dooza's looking over the shoulder, Dooza, give me a will saving throw.
Oh, saving throw.
Whilst Cordo saying, no, I mean, it looks like Foxglove is actually digging right now.
Oh my god, my favorite dice rolled a new 10 for the first time today.
Yeah. It's starting to turn to your not favorite dice.
Well, I did just give you a couple of 20s in a row, so...
Well, I did. Yes, that is very true. Wasted one though, but it's still funny. 18.
18. So, as you look at the hole, you see Giant's head pop up with lots of fur fallen out, half his face mangled, and one eye missing, half his teeth broken. He just sort of looks at you with this soulful look and then dashes back down the hole.
Oh, ouch.
Julia just like starts silently crying.
What was the action?
Dooza's crying. After trying to talk to you.
Yeah, no. It's okay. We want to find out whether everyone's seeing Foxglove digging or not.
No, I saw Giant, and then I just like broke down.
And you hear the weeping coming from her shoulder as well.
No, it's okay. Copy was not there, and if you're not seeing Foxglove, I'm guessing he's not there either. Don't believe your eyes, don't believe your ears. I guess we're still going down.
Okay, so as you reach the hole in the center, you can see what appears to be large dog tracks at the entryway. Though half the set seems to be skeletal.
And everyone can see dog tracks?
Everyone can see dog tracks.
Okay. Just confirming, everyone's seeing this? Something's down there? Be prepared. Are you okay, Dooza?
No,
Are you ready to fight?
maybe. No.
Are you ready to face a door?
Yes.
Okay, that's good enough.
So what if the opponent turns out to be a zombified version of Giant?
I
Well,
probably wouldn't attack.
It won't be the first time she's killed Giant.
Oh, rough.
And we thought Willie was called Low Blow.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that, Willie.
Okay, so everyone ready? We're going down into whatever it was that Foxglove may or may not have been digging for at some point in time, possibly. And Cordar will lead the way down the stairs.
Okay, so as you lead the way, the stairs end in a limestone cavern. The walls drip with moisture, and swathes of black and dark blue mold grow in spiraling, tangled patterns on the floor, ceiling, and walls. Rubble and broken bones clutter the floor, and a rhythmic sound like the beating of some immense creature echo through the cave from the 3 tunnels, one to the north and 2 to the west. One of the 2 western tunnels, the southernmost one, seems to be a relatively new creation. and it looks as if there are many bones from canines in the area around the stairs. Looking fairly new bones too.
Okay. Cordar will go to the he'll go towards all three tunnels, like one by one, and just see if he can work out whether there's any particular sounds coming from any one of them more than others.
Tell me of your rolls for each one.
Okay. First one, see what that might be. 10 downgraded. 14. And we're working all the way up to 16.
Wow.
Okay, the first corridor at the bottom sounds the safest.
Okay. Is that the one that looked like it was the newest?
It looked like it was the newest one.
Yep.
Good question. Is that a survival roll?
Well, that was him listening, so he was going for which one sounded the safest. So you could have a survival roll to look, but that's a completely different kettle of fish.
I will do a survival roll. Because I can't try to pull one version.
So you can follow those tracks that apparently were down there.
Oh my god. Another natural 20. That's 3 tonight.
Okay, so having a look, you can see that a lot of foot traffic goes between the two western tunnels. So to and from.
And which one was Connor pointing down?
The bottom western tunnel.
The one in which it seems to be the most newest, like in the sense there's been new construction done. Cordar thinking the idea, hey, it looked like Fox Club was digging at the top, so I think we want to go the way the digging's apparently been done.
So does that mean that follows that drain is open in a different way? As in the foot traffic is going through that tunnel?
They're going in and out of that tunnel.
Oh, for once, Juzo concurs with Cora. It's a bit scary.
So it's always nice to have you actually agree on something.
Or disturbing, as we mentioned.
Well, it is a horror house after all. Don't believe what you hear. They may not actually be agreeing.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's part of the process that we're working on is that if we're all seeing the same thing or hearing the same thing, then we're probably going to believe in it. But as long as only one person gets that, that's where it's important to ask, hey, I'm seeing or hearing this, to let the others know, so we can find out, do or don't believe that particular one.
Okay.
Duzel will say he can see tracks going back and forth in that tunnel. So it seems likely that was used last.
Cool.
And you even see and Duza even appears to see what appears to be a set of dog tracks heading in that direction, with one side of the dog being the size of giant and the other one being of a skeletal foot.
And look, even my puppies will come pep on down here.
Well, you know it's not puppy, you're wearing puppy.
Oh, giant. There you go. Look, giant is doing this.
Cordar looks askance at the stole which he's wearing and says, yes.
And you do notice that the wolf's head on the shoulder does occasionally go woo woo from the shoulder. So it doesn't appear to be completely dead.
But no, that's one of those things that Cordar's not telling him what he's seeing, and he's hoping he's like 6%. So we will continue start down the southern passageway and see what we can see.
Okay, as you start down the southern passageway, you hear some scrambling noises up ahead. Who wants to listen and find out what it is?
Cordar basically, if he hears it, he'll give the signal, hey, halt, stop and listen, and aim to get some information. But
So which characters are listening?
Harry will.
Has Willie also been suckered into listening as well?
He's really in his own world.
He is on mute at the moment. Hello, Peter. Might be away from his computer again. Okay, you're back.
No, I keep putting the mute on and I start talking and then I'm like, oh, I've got the mute on, what the hell am I doing?
So is Willie listening as well?
Same here, Peter, but I've had a rough week.
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow and I'm working Sunday, so
I'll take it as
I'm not saying that makes it rougher than yours, I'm just, busy.
So each of you gets to make a will saving throw as you're listening to something screech down the corridor.
Yay! Something screeches at us. Big order.
I might actually succeed on that.
24 for Cordar.
27. Really? That's the only good roll I've made all night so far.
Apparently we're living under a roof, Em and I, of a household of 20s. I got 33 upgraded.
Aha, that's nice.
There we go.
Probably going to affect you then.
Okay, so what did our Doozar get?
26.
26. So everyone except for Parry is frightened one by the sound of a unearthly scream go straight through you all. So you all currently have a penalty to your to all your rolls of 1. And at the same time, everyone gets to make a another perception roll to determine how well you act in the order of in the scheme of things.
Initiative! Yay!
Holy.
Well, you did so well before, I thought it'd be good to give you another roll.
Yeah.
Did Cordar's will save count as a pass?
It did count as a pass.
Ah, really?
In which case it counts as a critical success.
Yeah, same.
So even though it was so you've got the upgrade a success to a critical success.
I've
Yeah,
got the
human-
bravery thing down.
In which case
I've
then
got
you
bravery.
don't have to worry about the fear effect.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Obstinacy.
Yeah, poor Doozar.
You're too stubborn to be scared, ain't you?
Yeah, something like that.
So only Doozer is the scared one. Is the scared puppy. So an initiative roll from each of you.
25 for Willie. 2 16s in a row. Weird.
23 from Cordar.
28 for Doozar.
A mighty 17 for Parry.
So Parry's had the lowest roll on initiative to date, I think, for a while.
Yeah, pretty much with a plus 13 perception.
So I think you're a little confused while everything's going on.
I rolled 4. I went from a nat 20 to a 4.
But
I
don't,
was thinking in the back of my mind when I rolled it, it's like, wouldn't it be stupidly funny if I went from a nat 20 to a nat 1?
It's happened.
did you get that
We
one?
unheard of.
No, I got a 4.
I thought I'd ask just to check.
No. I tempted the gods on that one, and they didn't respond to that. Sorry.
Okay, so as everyone but Duzar is momentarily having their heart beat, have a double beat for a few seconds, and Duzar continues to hurriedly thump against his chest, you see a bat almost bigger than most of you combined come shambling down the corridor, missing all of its skin. Just like Barry.
Don't know what you're talking about. I have all my skin.
And it manages to reach Corda and try to attack him.
Wow.
Okay.
So that is making sure it's not on the next page. Nope. So that is a 31 to hit.
Not critical.
That's gonna be close for you though.
So that is 15 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
So that should bring you up to 38 damage.
38.
And you get to make a fortitude saving throw.
18, 29.
29. Okay. So you are slowed 1.
Okay.
No.
So that's a one less action around.
That is one less action around.
Okay. Is that it done?
Okay, just checking to make sure it didn't have anything else it did to you at the same time.
Fair enough.
Okay, so yes. Amusingly, that's how most paralysis works in second ed, is it adds the slowed condition to you.
Wow.
Ouch.
And I bet if I was an elf, it wouldn't have affected it.
There's a good chance it wouldn't have. Because you don't have the full half-elf in there yet. So
You clearly haven't been spending enough time under the moon.
So that brings us to Doozer, and Doozer, it appears as if Giant has come lumbering out of the corridor and attacked Corda.
How close am I to Giant?
Well, Giant really is Giant now.
Okay. Do I believe in my heart of hearts that this is actually Giant, or is this a trick?
Of course it's Giant. There's Giant just standing there.
And he's attacked Corda. Alright.
But wouldn't you want him to attack Corda?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Maybe he's just acting upon your deepest wish.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, no, bad Giant. And then I'm gonna try and grapple Giant.
Okay.
Bad dog.
Bad puppy. Bad dog.
Okay, give me a athletics check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes, because with all the sliminess of the muscles, it's very hard to grapple a creature like that.
Well, I rolled a 17 and a 19, so that's alright.
You're obviously prepared for the slime.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you do get to downgrade it. You do get to reduce the rolls by 1 because of frightened.
30 then.
Okay, so you manage to succeed on a grapple, but don't critically succeed.
Yep.
Which means you will mobilize the creature. It can't move, but that's about it.
Yep.
And so that's... You technically have 1 action left, 1 to move up, 1 to grapple. I'll give you the saying bad dog as a free.
Okay. I mean, I'll be I'll say out loud as my third action. Like this looks like giant to me. Is it really giant? Is everyone else seeing giant?
And immediately, before anyone can answer, Doomsday hears in her head everyone else going, yes, it is giant. But that's not counting what everyone says on their turn.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Willie.
Alright, well, it's eating quarter, so I
And
guess
so- Willie hears from Dooza saying, it's mine, I'm going to deal with this, from Dooza.
Yeah, Dizzy can fuck right off.
What is Willie seeing attacking?
He's seeing appears to be a giant bat.
Oh.
And it's attacking quarter, yeah?
Yeah, attacking quarter.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll help quarter.
Well,
help.
well, presumably it was attacking corner until Dooza jumped on it and pinned it.
Well, pinning keeps it in place. It doesn't actually allow it to throw it on the ground.
Okay, so corner, so Dooza grabbed it.
As grabbed, yes.
So I'll move over and I will use
Hold your skills and you can pummel it.
flurry of blows.
Okay. One move gets you up alongside it, and then as your second action, you flurry.
I flurry.
Because you're still in tiger stance, because you never left it.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, look at where we are. I mean, that kind of makes sense, though, really.
I was just pointing out to you for that.
Attack stance ready when we're coming down these stairs into a unknown heaven.
Well,
Yeah.
you haven't actually sat down and rested and stopped for more than a minute, which means you can keep your stance going until you literally take a 10-minute rest.
Okay. So the first one is I don't have my gloves, so it is what's that? 13, so 26.
26. So that's a nice meaty blow as flesh sort of pops around your hand as you hit with blood going everywhere.
And the other one is 28. Although my damage isn't real good, Martin, so I don't know how poppy and meaty the blows really are.
Well, whichever blow you hit it with is going to pop with blood going all over the place, no matter how much damage it does.
So basically it's a D8 slashing plus 2, and then I'm thinking this thing's some sort of undead something or other. So another D6, 2D6 positive damage. So first attack is 3 points of slashing, 9 points of positive. I don't know what that does. And the next one is 8 points of slashing, and yay, 3 points of positive.
Almost the same.
Yeah, but one would hope that if it's undead, the positive will do heaps more.
Depends on the undead. Every undead is built differently.
Yeah, true.
Though you do feel the blood of it bursting all over you as you pummel it. You've got one action left.
Fuck it, I might as well have another shot. Why not?
Which gets the -2 attack penalty.
-4?
So for being agile fists, it's -8 because you've had 2 attacks.
Low attacks is 2 attacks, doesn't it?
It counts as 2 attacks, but the attacks are all at your highest attack value.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So it means that your third attack is going to be -8.
What's that? Okay. 21. Yeah! 21.
21. Okay, there is a burst of blood everywhere, but don't appear to strike any vital organ.
Boo!
But you're drenched in it now.
Well, my character's feeling a sense of achievement right now, so, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Beating up on giant.
It's a bat. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay, so Corda, you feel your limbs slowly solidifying as the creature's venom courses through you.
Okay, but he's still kicking against Doozer's hold.
It is still kicking against Doozer's hold.
In which case then, I will, before my muscles solidify completely, we will see if we can slice the head off the thing, assuming it's bigger than Doozer, and so therefore I can slice the head of that.
It is. It's puppy is a large creature, even though it looks like a bat to you.
Yep. AC 33.
33 makes it a critical hit.
25, 50 points of magical slashing, and 3 points of persistent fire.
Okay, so you managed to do this mighty swing, lopping the head off the beast. As it falls to the ground, you see the body of a giant dog on the ground, missing its head.
Alright, don't believe what you say.
And you're out of combat. Pan to Doozer.
Yeah, I was about to
Do I
say,
feel
what's Dooze's reaction in this?
It's literally just like finished telling the party that like I see this as giant, and no one confirmed that they saw it any different.
I could not.
And you're looking down and seeing the head of giant staring at you with its one remaining eye severed from the body.
Just gonna like fall to his knees and just like show like doesn't quite know what to do.
Portak's taking a moment to work out whether or not his limbs are still stiffening up or not.
Okay, so give me a flat check.
16.
Okay, so the load starts to wear off after you start moving your limbs.
Okay.
Because unlike stunned, it doesn't remove itself automatically.
Okay. Okay. Corda slowly then get everything working and say, that was not giant. That thing flew. And I don't want to be too, but very hard to move at the moment.
But what do you see now?
Looking down, you see a corpse.
Yep. Yep. Headless monster. And as soon as Cordar's feeling like his limbs are mostly moving again, or at least will continue to continue to improve, he'll be saying, I'm going to keep moving before whatever it is stops me completely.
I like that, yes. And he moves on, not looking down at the dead dog on his way past. So how many people join Corda ignoring the dead dog or stays with Doozer mourning the loss of his dog?
It's just a dog, isn't it? It's like not one of our dogs.
It looks like giant.
Looks like, but really isn't, because Giant's outside. Because that's where Corda left Giant. in the rain with the flesh-eating crows.
I don't know if that makes Susan feel better or not.
Possibly we did need to add the flesh-eating crow to make Susan feel better. But comes down to the question, who's going down the corridor?
Well, Cordara and Willie can handle it, I'm sure.
Sorry, man, I might need to jump off. I'm actually falling asleep at my desk.
All good. You rest up. Parry will comfort Dooza with his fleshless body.
Fantastic.
Control my muscles.
Okay, so Corda and Willie make it to the end of the tunnel where they find 3 dead bodies at the bottom of a well. You can see the sky above, and looking you can see paw prints as if from dogs sliding down the well in evidence.
Who are the people? Do we recognise them?
Okay, give me a society roll then.
A society roll. Ah, a dirty 20.
Okay, you recognize one as the notorious one-armed bandit known as Shaz Redshiv Bigla, suspected of organizing robbery of nearly 24 merchants along the Lost Coast Road.
Nice. I walk over to that person.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you know that they have a 500 gold reward for his murder and return of his corpse?
Corpse or head?
Well, head would probably work, but
Proof of death, I guess.
proof of death, yes.
I'm not carrying a fucking corpse around with me. So I'm going to cut the head off. That was my intention all along. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So I grab the hair, lift it up to sort of separate the vertebrae of the spine, pull out my my sword that and I basically go, hack, and cut the head off.
And as you do so, you notice that it's got a nice shiny ring, a nice shiny sword, and a nice shiny hat.
Awesome. I'll take those as well. Why not? Now, I don't know who the companions are, but in for a penny, in for a pound.
Take their heads too.
Yeah, why not? I'll take their heads as well.
Cordar's a bit confused as to why you're mutilating bodies.
I'm not mutilating them, I'm taking specific parts. Be more specific about what you say, Cordar.
Well, no, it's just the fact that Cordar got a 1. Like, he got a 7 downgrade on his society check.
Don't you know that I collect heads just randomly?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Actually, I can't say that. That's fucking sarcastic. My character goes,
Cordar will leave Willie to his ministrations and take a look at the apparent that the cracks came down the well.
Yeah, it looks as if a medium-sized animal came down the shaft at some point that was canine recently.
well, that could be giant.
At which point Dooza joins you.
Looking up can we see up to the surface?
You can see the night sky above. And as you look up, you see around the entryway hundreds of beady, glowing eyes staring down at you.
So, in that case then, Okay, particularly if Duke has caught up to us again. Caught up, hey, good news. It looks like your pet got down.
As Juice is still probably like, like cradling the like
Severed head.
or body of giant.
Well, you can't take the body with you, but you can take the head.
We'll head then. Like you guys, I told you it was.
Keep a lookout, and if it doesn't look like this way goes any further, so I guess we'll go back and try the other tunnels.
What's the beady eyes?
Looking up the well shaft, you can see hundreds of beady eyes looking down at you that are glowing red.
Oh, like
Presumably the crows.
Oh, crows. Right.
That's because there's literally a murder of crows up there.
It was the reason that, like I said, that part of my quarter I thought that, it looks like your dog's got down here, escaped the crows, so we'll keep a lookout. And then he's aiming to head back to the staircase we came down and try, presumably, the next closest tunnel.
Okay, trying the next closest tunnel, which is always fun. So as
Everyone still with him?
Everyone is still with you. You even have Giant's head with you. And Giant seems to be looking around. And Giant's head seems to be looking around with its one eye.
Okay. Quarter would ask, but hey, Willie's going chopping off heads too, so he's collecting heads. So.
Well, you're the one who cut that head off.
I said, yeah, I cut it off to kill the head. Cut the head off to kill the monster. I don't know about collecting it.
Well, maybe
it's a very slippery slope, mate.
Well, maybe Dusa wants a matching shoulder piece.
No, because when Quarter cuts off the head, it's not so slippery because you cauterize the wound at those parts, so you don't need to worry about blood and everything like that.
So as you're discussing this, you hear a scrambling of claws coming in your direction.
Quarter will immediately have his sword ready and ready to face whatever coming down the corridor at us.
Okay, so each of you get to give me an initiative check again. Yay for all these interesting rolls.
Mm-hmm. Oh my freaking god. Really?
19.
A 1? Was it a 1 or a 20?
No, it was another bloody 20.
Nice.
How many is that from my dice? That's like 4 now. 1 from Josh's.
Hey, to be fair, you're making up for all ones that Martin rolls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I haven't rolled any tonight, so I feel
That's
very
right.
good about that.
Yep.
Yeah, well, no, it's just making up for the 2, 3, and 4 you rolled for me the other week.
So what was Dusa's?
It will be a 31 upgraded.
And Willie's?
28.
And Cordar's?
As I said, he was ready as soon as we heard the noise, but 19.
I'm seriously gonna like build a shrine for this dice because like it's amazing.
Okay, so you see 3 humanoid creatures come rushing you. Dusa, you're up, and you get to have 1 free action before your turn.
So humanoid, as in like goblins, or
It's dark.
Like, 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head running at you.
Presumably 1 head.
presumably one of
Well, from what she was saying, in the sense of humanoid. So,
You can spend an action to identify.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing.
So-
I would like to identify them.
Which skill would you like to use, and what's the bonus? Because it's a secret roll. This is where my dice come into it, so hey. It's always funny.
You were just saying you didn't get the roll. Probably. What options could I have for in
Well,
terms of dice rolls?
humanoid can be quite a few different things.
Would nature work?
It would work, but only for certain creatures.
Yeah, right.
There aren't that many humanoid creatures that would be identified with nature.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking, like, because that's one of my better rolls, but I figured that was the case. What would be the other rolls? Would it be like Arcana or something like
Just
that?
currently trying to
Well, I would
find
think-
my...
The certainly in most circumstances you can look at society, but down here you might also look at religion in the
Right.
case of an undead humanoid.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so finally found my page with all my charts on it.
Mm.
And so, to put it simply, if you're trying to identify different creatures, you use Arcane to identify beasts, constructs, dragons, and elementals. Crafting to identify constructs. Nature to identify animals, beasts, elementals, fae, fungi, and plants. Occultism to aberrations, astral, ethereal, ooze, and spirits. Religion for celestials, fiends. What's mine? Monitors and undead. And society for giants and humans. Or humanoids.
So the society would be the more logical one then.
Or most humanoid creatures use effective.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll try society, because if they look humanoid, then I may as well rule that one out first. So I have a +8 to my society.
Okay, so that gives you a fairly decent result. And you believe that they are human in appearance. Now you get to start your turn.
Okay.
They're about 15 feet away from you when you start your turn.
At least they were running up to us?
They were running up to you and you got a free action before
Yep.
combat.
Yeah. Can I do a
Brandishing weapons?
Yeah, I was about to say, can I do a perception check to see if they have weapons, or whether they look like they're running away from something, or look scared?
Okay, give me a perception check.
$19?
They don't seem to be holding weapons. They seem to be weapons. They have really long claws on their hands.
And they're brandishing them at us?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Good enough for Boozer.
They're just coming for
Two,
a hug.
2 actions left.
2 actions left. I haven't done this in a while. Boozer and Hunter's Mark the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
Am I close enough to attack, or do I have to move up?
You have to move up, which means you don't get to attack if you're Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Can I ready an action?
You cannot
So how
because
does-
ready in action is 2 actions to
Oh,
ready a
there's 2
single
action.
action.
Yeah. Right, sorry. Alright,
On the plus side, the Boozer, Corneye probably in front, so I'll stop it here anyway.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I'll still hunt smart and I'll move up.
Okay.
And I will quick draw my weapon. While I do so.
Okay, and it's your two-handed axe.
It is a 2-handed axe, yes.
Okay, you hear a plopping sound as giant skull hits the ground.
Yeah.
And a mournful sound coming from the severed head.
They're just like, just don't worry, I'll come back for you. I won't forget you like everyone else.
Okay, so that brings us to Willie.
So, Deuce has had a go at whatever the hell these things are.
Has
No,
just stared at them twice and then yelled a shout at one of them and charged towards them while drawing axe and dropping the skull of her dead puppy.
Well, that's good enough. Like, she's acting in an aggressive manner.
Well,
No.
I think effectively she moved up beside Porter.
Was it beside Corda or up to the creatures?
I thought if you could get all the way, maybe get all the way. But I thought you were actually moving up beside Porter.
I'll probably move up beside Porter.
Okay, so you move 5 feet. You take a whole step.
Right.
Alright, I step up to Cordara and I look at the two of them and go, the fuck are we doing?
They are shoulder to
That's
shoulder, blocking the corridor from stopping the creatures getting to you. They're providing
Yeah.
you protection.
Yeah, and that's it.
Do you want to get in front of them?
No, I move up to Cordara because that's obviously what we're doing.
Okay, Cordar, it's up to you. Everyone's now shoulder to shoulder with you.
Okay, well, Corda has no hesitations about what the action here is. He's gonna, if there's one within range of attacking right now, he will take a swipe.
There is not.
If not,
It is
he'll
10
move
feet
up
away.
And
Do you have
how
lunge?
far away?
10 feet. Do you have
I
lunge?
do have lunge.
Then one is within range.
Okay, so I could, so you're about 10 feet away, you can do that?
They are 10 feet away because they were 15 feet away
Yeah.
from Duza, and Duza moved 5 feet.
Yep, okay, great. I will effectively take the step and lunge with the attack. And try and stab through whatever it is. Coming at us. AC
Probably
30.
get that. That sounds good.
AC 30, so that becomes a critical hit.
Uh, 15, 20, 40 points of magical slashing and 6 points of fire.
Okay, so black gunk and blood goes everywhere. That burns with the flame of your blade as you sever the foul creature in half, watching both
Okay.
parts burn equally.
Okay. Was there more than one?
And-
I also be in reach of a lunge?
A second one's also within reach of a lunge.
Okay, I will try again then. 10, 29, 24.
24. 24 is just a hit, not a critical this time.
I suddenly realised actually the fire should have actually been 8 points of the system altogether. This is 14, 19 points of magical slashing, and again 6 points of fire.
And also you sever this one in pieces and watching both parts of them burn with the burning black blood splattering.
Okay.
Leaving you a final action, and the last one is 15 feet away from you. With one action, it makes it.
Normally at this stage, I'd use my third action to raise my shield. Since I've got the shield strapped to the back at the moment, we'll just
Raise a doozer instead.
I will step forward 5 feet
Yep.
to effectively be in front of the others, but force it to still move to get to me.
Okay.
Unless of course it's got the line capability, but hopefully it can't line with only a chance.
Okay, so it takes the 5-foot step and tries to bite you. Apparently it tries quite well as it gets a 27 on its bite.
27 will hit, but not critically.
And it does 3 points of piercing damage and You get to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude 24.
And then it tries to claw you at the same time. With its last action.
Yep.
I think it might even be a critical fumble. It's got an armor class of 10.
That will miss.
Actually,
critically.
11. It was agile.
That's still, actually 11. No, that still misses critically.
Okay, so with his last swipe, he managed to impale himself on your sword. And you just basically see it burn up from the flame of your blade.
Nice. 3 in 2 blows.
And yes, you have managed to wipe out what you recognize to be ghouls with the light of your blade.
Okay. Okay, well, in that case, I will push the one that's impaled itself on my blade off the blade, and
Well, there's no form on your blade. It's burnt itself to a crisp.
oh, okay, it's put like crispy. Okay, marvelous. I will take the ash from the blade and look to the others. Say, are we ready? Move on.
Apparently they are ready. They do not dismiss you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Usually we'll go back and get giants.
Happy head.
You hear Giant whine until you pick him up.
Yep. Don't worry, buddy. I know. I won't forget you. I promise.
Okay.
Okay, so you find yourself at a fork. Left or right?
Now, can we hear or see anything that makes one different to the other?
You hear hissing sound coming from the right. And it seems to be a very loud hissing sound, as if of a large creature.
Can I do a nature roll just to see if I recognize the hissing?
What is your nature bonus?
Thassilonian.
Whatever it is, it must be too big for you to know about it. You haven't faced something that large before.
Wow, that sounds big. We should wake up.
Sorry, what was that? Avoid or go for it?
Avoid.
Based on the way we're moving in these tunnels, and I guess they're probably not going straight lines, and we're probably, well, caught up potentially disorientated underground anyway, but do we feel whether left or right actually is, one of those is more in the direction we were still following?
I will do a survival roll.
Give me a survival roll.
Not this, but... that is nice. What? 18.
18. Making a survival roll. You see the footprints of a medium-sized dog that seems to have headed right instead of left towards the sound of the large creature.
And there's no tracks in the other one?
No tracks in the other one. Looks as if no one's ever wandered that way whatsoever.
Well, I know I said we should avoid that one, but the only visible track is go down that path.
Okay.
Filthy.
As Corda and Willie both watch what is being said by Dooza, they can see the obvious footprints of human feet heading to the left.
And which way do the say was the dog wings?
To the right.
Or the big wings, I should say?
To the right.
To the right.
And this is like there's no tracks at all on the other path. He says with confidence.
Did you say that it's kind of like something big coming that way?
Yes.
Well, how about we check the other pathway first?
Alright, Jason reluctantly agrees.
I understand the dude's main purpose to go that way because possibly dog works, but hey, he didn't say that, so. So we'll try and follow the human footprints.
So as you follow the prints to the west and heading into B35, you find piles of bones, and at the end you see 4 more of those ghoulish creatures that you've been fighting, all feasting on what looks to be a medium-sized dog.
Corda will rush forward to try and take out the ghouls.
So that will be initiative, as Corda wants to rush forward and take out the ghouls, but who knows how he rolls.
Absolutely. Because obviously he's interested in saving the dog. Yeah.
For once.
Yep, he rushes forward. 20.
That's not too bad. It's 1 more than you got last time.
That's right. I rolled 11 this time, not 10.
28 for Doozle.
28 for Dooza. Obviously, the sight of the puppy being eaten is enough for you to rush forward.
Mm-hmm.
And what about Willie?
25.
Okay, so that means Doozer is up. There are 4 of these creatures munching on the dog. What do you do?
How far away are they?
They are about, let's say, from the entryway when you see them, 10 feet.
Well, first action, I'll Hunter's Mark. The closest one. I already have my weapon out, so I can put it away. I'm going to go up. Can you sweep on a single action, or does it require more than 1 action?
The sweep ability of a sword, or do you have a sweep action?
I have the sweep is on the great axe.
So the sweep means that if you make 2 attacks in a round and they're against different targets, it's -4 for attacking 2 targets instead of a -5. Where if you attack the same target, it's -5. So sweep gives you discount on attacking more than 1 target.
Yep.
It's the equivalent to agile for heavy weapons.
Yep. But I only have 1 action though, so that's fine.
That is true.
No, I just thought I couldn't remember because I haven't used my great axe in a long time. So
So good. I remember most of the rules.
yeah, no, that's fine.
And new set coming out in November.
Yay.
It's the D Wizards of the Coast version of it, where they've errated out all the Wizards of the Coast specific material. So it's the same rules, just cleaned up.
It's going to be interesting to see if there's any major changes to characters.
Well, they got a character specific book instead of a rules book.
Oh, yeah.
So you can buy 1 book that has the core rulebook classes and the advanced player's guide classes in the 1 book.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That might be handy.
Okay, so what is your attack roll as you leap into fray?
My attack roll is 24.
24, that is a hit.
Is a hit. I need one.
As you hit your hunter's marked creature.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you need 2 weapons to do your double attack.
I'd need 2 weapons to do my double attack. If I wasn't using my 2-handed axe, I could have used my 2 daggers that I have, but they only do like 1d6 each.
Yeah.
Your axe is more effective.
Oh yeah, like 1d12. Yeah, when I roll an 11.
Okay, 2d12. If you're not striking with on, do you not get 2d12?
No, because I've been focusing on putting striking and weapon proficiency on my other hand axes, my orcs next splitters. Which are also, I don't have at the moment because they're getting upgraded. But that is 11 plus 5, which is 16 slashing damage.
Okay, so you swing in with your axe, ripping him in 2 right up the middle.
Wait.
As you see parts of fur fly from his mouth as he separates in 2.
He deserved it. He's eating an animal that looks like one of my dogs, so, you know. Dooza may or may not be on a slight frenzy right now.
That brings us to Willie. You've just seen Dooza leap ahead and split one in 2.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'll follow up and one move to approach 1.
He can get adjacent to 2 with a single move.
Yep, and then I'll flurry of blows one of them.
Okay. Give me a flurry.
So, first attack is a 31.
That is a critical hit.
And the second attack is a 28.
Which is also a critical hit.
Okay. Doesn't really do much extra, but so I will do. That's pretty good. 20 slashing and 5 positive
On the first attack. Okay, so you slash with your hand, completely separating the creature at the waist with black blood spurting everywhere.
And that's about it. So I come back with my other hand and slash and do more damage, but it's already dead.
Does your flurry have to be on the same target?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. It talks about DR only applying once to both attacks and that sort of stuff, so...
That is fair.
Presumably the idea of hitting the same area or the same thing.
So you with your second swing, you separate it and dice it. So slice and dice.
It slices, it dices, it's Willy, yay! And that's it, 3 goes, I'm done.
That's technically 2 actions.
No, I moved.
The flurry counts as 2 and then you move.
The flurry counts as 1.
Yeah, good call. If there's one near me...
There is, I said you moved adjacent to 2.
Good call. Alright, then I'll give it a slash, which is D20 plus 5.
Minus 8.
Yep. So, 18 on the dice, so that's a 23.
23, that makes it a hit.
I will do a massive 7 slashing and 8 positive.
Okay, it explodes with a positive damage, covering you in more black goo.
I'm going to need a bath before I go home.
Bringing us up to Korda, watching from the sidelines as the frenzy of his two companions rushing forward, beating up to save the poor dead animal. There is one still standing.
Okay, I will move forward and finish it off then for them.
Okay.
So they can concentrate on the puppy. That's not a very good hit. 27.
27, that is a critical hit.
Okay, maybe it's still a little bit, but 17, 34, 44, 44 and 4 persistent fire.
As you hit it, it just turns to dust, crumpling in on itself with the flame from your sword.
You see, that was the real reason the court held back. You thought, well, hey, he'd taken the other three before they actually acted, or while they were just cautiously coming up to the front line. So I really let down and go first this time.
As you feel you might have dealt with the minions of the main beast in room B36.
Yep. Okay, yep, so well, while they're potentially looking at seeing if the puppy's still alive, Corda will be looking around to see if there's anything else around this room or space, or any exits from which enemies might come.
There is another exit behind them that leads into the room with the sound of the large breathing creature.
Right.
What does Dooza and Willie do while Corda's examining the exits?
I am going to check the creature that they were chowing down on and hope that it's not actually one of those.
It looks as if this was the remains of your puppy before he was skinned and melted on your armor.
No.
As the head is missing, having been severed at some point.
And that's what's on my shoulder, question mark?
Yep. And you're wearing, you seem to be wearing puppy skin at the moment as your clothing.
Well, I mean, I guess I already have the bits that matter, and that I can probably carry, so I go back to Giant's head that I would have had to have
Dropped.
to get.
He whines until you pick him up again.
Yeah.
You know, his skull could hit back if he keeps flying on the ground like that.
Shush, Carla, you're making this worse. You wasn't to edit it in the first place.
Just wait for the touchdown.
Okay, well, Corda will go towards the entrance where this giant monster is. But he'll be waiting towards that entrance, watching for any approach until the others are ready to move on.
Okay, as the others join you, the cramped tunnel opens into a vertiginous gulf, a cathedral-like cavern filled with a roof arcing 30 feet overhead and dropping into a sloshing pool of foaming seawater 50 feet below. So it means that a creature of 80 feet in height can easily stand in this room. A steep stone ledge winds down to these surging depths, its slopes glistening with moisture and mould. A stone door stands in the northwestern wall, about halfway down the slope. So you can see the hole in the door there, and it's not that far from where you are, having sloped down on this side.
Okay.
If you'd gone out the other passageway, you'd have to walk all the way around. This one, you can just move up to the door if you wish to. And looking down, you can actually see what appears to be 4 small creatures brandishing goblin dog slices, looking in your direction with a sickly yellow green coming from their eyes.
But we're not seeing the creature that would be the huge thing we heard breathing from the elsewhere.
And you're realizing that the sound of the breathing you're hearing is the sound of the water coming in and out of the pool below.
Okay. How close are these goblins?
These goblins are, I would say, from the opening in front of the door, 15 feet. On the edge, you can only fight one at a time.
Now,
but I will
going to
give each of you a perception roll to see who wants to go first against these small, insignificant creatures.
they're not these small lizard creatures.
Could do
They're
some
goblins.
rage.
Well, Corner wants to get the green skins, even if they're not particularly green at the time.
Oh, their bodies are green. Their eyes are glowing green.
Apparently, Corner doesn't really want to get these green skins.
What did Corda get?
10 downgraded.
Okay, so Willie, what did Willie get?
15.
And
I was really quite hoping the opposite of that roll that one, to kill the goblin.
what did Duzo get?
Is it a perception roll?
It can be a perception roll, yes.
29.
29. You can see the enemy before you. You recognize the creatures as goblins carrying the awful dog slices which you think decapitated your puppy to begin with.
I will Hunter's Mark the closest one. Move up and try to slice that thing in half.
Remember, while you're wearing dogs, you're vulnerable to dog slices.
Really? Really? Really?
Okay. As you drop Giant's head, you hear him bounce and start rolling down the slope towards the pool below.
No!
I did say it was a slope.
Didn't think it was that severe.
It's enough to keep the head rolling.
It was dropping 50 feet.
So go north and face the goblins who you've hunters marked, or go south and catch Giant's head before he disappears below the waves forever.
I'm going to catch Giant's head. And then if I still have an action at that point, I'm going to try and place it somewhere where it doesn't roll.
You spend 2 actions to stop Giant's head just before he reaches the pool of water.
Mm.
Bringing us to, it is now, there you go.
He's a really old goblin, come on, as soon as it's got taller.
Okay, so one of them rushes towards Corda, who was the first one out the door and got startled by seeing these creatures.
Yeah.
And it's going faster than you expect a goblin to go. And it hits armor class 22 with its jaws.
22 will miss.
Ow.
Unless you're providing a penalty for the fact that I rolled a 122.
I am not, because you saw them before you actually, so you were not surprised.
Okay.
So because you saw them, even though you're not acting, you're just taken aback.
Cool.
And then it tries to,
Goblins down here. What the?
and then tries to swipe at you, which also misses. But you feel its claws along your armor. Okay, so a second one rushes up and jumps over you onto Willie.
Oh.
And hits armor class 25.
Good enough.
Dealing 11 points of piercing damage with a chance
Ow.
of bad stuff happening to Willie.
I hate when bad stuff happens to Willie.
So
an AO was trying to jump over me.
Willie gets to make a fortitude saving throw. So Willie should now be... That was 11. So you should be on 26 damage.
19 on the dice. Which is, the fortitude, did you say?
Fortitude, I said.
Yep, 32.
Okay, you feel really good about yourself at this stage because, hey, it would suck to be stuck in place.
Yeah, that would suck.
As it tries to claw you. The claw would hit armor class of
No.
of a no. So he hit armor class 10.
10?
Yep.
Critical miss.
Doesn't that be a critical miss? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he steps back into Cordar's sword that's still flaming, that Cordar's got by his side pointing, ready to take it out and swing, and manages to foul up Cordar for the round while stuck on the sword. And the last one runs around the pool and tries to bite Duzar from behind as Duzar's trying to save Giant Skull. Hitting an armor class 26.
Yeah, it is.
Dealing 8 points of damage to Duzar, bringing Duzar to 21 damage total.
Mm-hmm.
And Duzar gets to make a fortitude saving throw.
Thankfully, that is my best roll.
Doesn't mean you can't roll a 1.
That is true. I did not roll one, really. 29.
29. Okay, you're good. But it's used up all its actions in movement and bitey bite.
Hmm.
And with that done, it is now over to Willie. The guy before you is flanked and flat-footed due to the fact that he apparently tripped and fell on Cordar's sword.
Cordar's got a sort of undead attractive. They keep beating on it.
But unlike the other ones, he didn't burn up after being struck by the sword.
Yep. Well, maybe so give it a moment. But yeah, Willie, you up?
Oh. I'm assuming it's a move to get up to the guy stuck on Cordar's sword.
No, he is adjacent to you because he leaped on you and then fell backwards.
Alright, well, I'll give him a flurry of blows. So, 18
18 is a hit.
and a 15.
Is a miss.
Yay! Alright, so I'm going to do a massive 6 slashing and 10 necrotic or negative.
10 necrotic.
Yeah, negative damage.
Okay, so as you strike him, you see his wounds heal up with your strike. As you seem to have healed him fully.
I thought you said that damage is damage and can't be used as healing.
Unless they have a special ability that gives them bonuses on necrotic. They have to have the that sort of ability on them.
Advantage. Yep. Okay. Well, Willie goes. So you learn something new every day.
This is the first undead I've seen that actually has it stated on there.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones that you had a hit wouldn't have gotten that bonus. But you see, he's now stuck on Cordar's sword.
Get him, Cordar. Get him.
So that's your first of your flurry. What's your second attack? That was a miss. So two actions that round. You've got 2 more actions left.
Yeah. So I'll give it another snack, and then I'll probably leave it at that. I imagine. So D20 plus 5 is 19.
19, you hit.
Actually. Oh, no. Who knows what's going to happen? We will see how it goes. So the slashing damage is a massive 5. And because I can't change mid-combat, the necrotic damage is 5. So the effect is nothing.
Okay, so you feel your fist sink into him and then heal over.
Yeah. Go me! Go me!
Well, you've got 1 action left. Would you like to do a athletics to disengage?
No.
Because your fist is currently inside his chest.
I'll pull it out, but as I pull it out, I'm like, mother, what the sons of...
Athletics check to pull it out because you're very good at healing.
Yeah, apparently. What's that? It's 16 on the dice, and I get athletics is 9, so what's that? 25.
Okay, you pull your hand out with a burst of black blood everywhere. That wasn't fun, you think?
No, I'm pretty happy with that description.
And then Corda's sort of about to do something, where something falls against him, completely throws him out, and he misses being able to do stuff this round, trying to handle his sword and get it free.
Yep.
Then we're up to Dooza. You've got ahead a ghoulish creature trying to bite you with snip, 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 and your axe is currently stopping Giant from falling into the water.
So I haven't secured his head in a way that I could let go.
Your action was you managed to get there and you've got your axe holding him in place while you're ready to do other stuff.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so you put the axe down to stop the roll, but you haven't
Yep.
actually...
I gave you a free action to use your axe to stop his head rolling.
Yep. Cool. My first action will be to to like pick up his head.
Yep.
And kind of like place it in a way that will stop it from rolling, or
You could, but if the ghoul has a go, he may kick it into the water.
alright.
They are spiteful creatures.
I
And
am-
some interest or desire for that skull.
I am going to
But of course, if you kill the ghoul, then it won't actually have the effect, the opportunity to kill the water.
yeah.
Well, you
I'm
could
going-
put your foot on the skull as a free action and then just attack from that location.
Yeah, alright, either that or I was gonna like Sparta kick the thing into the ocean. if I couldn't do that. But I'll do that. I'll stop his head from rolling with my foot. Try and do it as gently as possible. And is this one a hunter's mark or is it one of the
Sure.
other ones?
I'll say it's luckily he's the one you hunters mark.
Cool. Awesome. I am going to attack. So this is my second action?
First action because the other one was given to you as a free action.
Oh, right. Sorry, this is free action. Right. Seven.
27 is a standard hit, not a crit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it said 97, but oh,
97.
97 would have been an amazing roll, but we would have been rolling percentile dice in that case.
13 slashing damage.
Okay. You strike him and black blood splurts all over you, but he seems to be unfazed.
I'll try again. Now, because I have Hunter's Mark, this is not an agile weapon, it is.
Believe it. I'm not sure if hunters, if your flurry of blows work on non-agile weapons, does it?
I think it does, you just get better, like, proficiency with agile weapons.
Okay, in which case then I think it would be just...
I think it's minus, is it -3 for the second? Yeah, -3 for the second attack. No, sorry. The multiple attack penalty for 100 parry is -3 on your second attack. Yeah, I have -5 and 6 with a -4 on agile weapon.
Yep, so have your attack roll.
-3, 29.
29 will make it a critical hit.
Nice. Oh, so you weren't phased by my first attack. Okay, well, splat.
Well, he was egging you on.
Mm-hmm. And then it's doubled, right?
It is. That's the easiest way of doubling it for criticals, yes.
28.
28. Okay, you slice him in two and he flops into the water behind you. Leaving you one whole action left. What do you do with your final action?
I am gonna get some rope. No, because that'll be one hole.
I jump up and down and then watch the skull roll into the lake.
No. I was gonna say I was gonna get rope out and like tie the skull to me, but I think I have to pick the skull up and then.
Well, the skull is the size of a small animal.
Could I put it in my bag?
Not easily.
Okay.
The point is, you're currently down in the bottom of the ramp leading down to the water, so
Yeah.
you may find it easier to pick the skull up for the time being and start getting back up the ramp.
Yeah. Also, as my last action, I'll pick giant skull back up.
Which is not a bad thing to do.
Mm.
So that brings us to the remaining ones. Okay, so the one who's attacking Corda from the front tries to bite him again. Apparently not so good. Only getting an armor class of 14.
14 is not quite a critical miss.
Okay, undeterred, he tries to slash at you because, hey, his bite can't be that bad. This time he gets a 13.
13 is critical hit, because I have 23 AC, so that's 10 less.
Okay, so his claws dig right into the guy behind you.
So the one that attacks my sword at the moment.
Yep. And hits him in the back with a nice meaty slash. And buoyed on by his success, he attacks again. Getting an armor class of 9.
That's another critical miss.
And as you move to the side, he hits the guy on your sword yet again. This time...
okay, Corda maneuvered things to try and get it to take it off my sword.
he was unable to take the creature out for you.
Did he pull off the sword at least?
He did not. He got healed around your sword. So the other one tries to bite Willie because he's facing the wrong way to bite you.
Okay.
And gets a 25.
Yep, he's by one.
You feel a nip on your arm for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you get to make a fortitude saving throw.
4 on the dice, plus 11.
You are good.
23, sorry. Plus 13 is 25.
And he tries to swipe at you with his claw, getting a whole 14 on his roll.
That's a miss by 10.
So he manages to slice himself on the sword as he burns up before your eyes. Okay, so Willie, you're up. There's the guy on the other. There is the one on the other side of of Corda that would require you moving past.
Okay, I'll move past and I'll one move One flurry of blows, and then I'll
See what happens?
see what happens. Yeah.
Give me a
Yes.
flurry. He doesn't have an attack of opportunity, so you're perfectly safe.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Natural one.
2 natural ones. Fuck me, honestly.
Kasplash!
Fuck.
As Willie disappears beneath the surface of the water. 30 feet below
on the
the
black
ledge.
side, on the black side, at least you can heal them with the necrotic damage.
Yeah, no, I can swap the damage each round, but once you picked it, that's it. But
Right, obviously you couldn't do it in the combat, so
yeah, once you've done it for that combat round, and then after that you can change. But yeah, 2 ones, fucking hell.
That was a amazing chance to do that. But now I have to look up another creature that you've just come in contact with.
Well, I don't have to come in contact with it. Not really. You know, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be right there when I hit the water.
So as you drop into the water, you see something that looks like a seal about the size of a normal person, with claws with teeth like a shark.
Oh, shit.
As you've basically come down and run into it as you've dropped into the water. You're now up to your last action. What do you want to do with your last action?
I'm going to do my best to sort of project a friendly and nice aura and wave at this creature.
Okay. You wave at it, and you have a feeling it looks hungry.
Can I try to not look like food?
At which point the GM points out this creature has blood scent, and you've been bleeding recently.
I would be getting out of the water.
Yeah, I fell off the edge, so I'm probably quite a ways from a beach.
Yep, you'd have to swim past it, also provoking an aquatic attack of opportunity. It has the aquatic attack of opportunity.
So, yeah, my attempt to be friendly was a big failure, and now I'm going to get the nom-nom.
No, he thinks you're very friendly. You're staying still for him.
I take he's trying to be friends with me. How weird is that?
It's friendly food, it's come to be eaten. Okay, so now we're up to Corda. You've seen Willie get knocked off the ledge by this dreaded creature in front of you.
Ah, yes, I was knocked off. I wasn't incompetent and fell off. I was knocked off.
I thought I'd put
Where
it.
your head's at, Martin? Awesome.
Always aim to please.
Yeah.
Okay, but more importantly, so far Cordo in combat has had 2 goblins rush at him, 1 go on top of him, then impale itself on my sword, and then get slashed up by the other goblin.
Yep. It's amazing what you can do with positioning.
Okay, well I will take out the one in front of me there. AC 31.
That makes it a critical hit.
11, 13, 18, 36. Slashing, and 1 point of persistent fire.
As you see him turn to ash with your strike.
And then
Do you leap after Willie?
that's apparently all the goblins taken care of.
It is. As you see the churning in the water below.
Okay, how far down is it to the water from where
30 feet from where you are.
30 feet.
50 feet from the other tunnel.
About a corner I can see Willie effectively treading water at the surface right now.
He's not at the surface.
I went down.
He dropped into the water and ran into the beast underwater.
So quarter going to going into attack and pulling out the rope, and going to start putting the rope over the edge, and while calling out to Doomsday who's down lower there, saying, "Hey, can you see exactly where Willie dropped in? Can you see exactly where?" But yeah, basically getting the rope ready, so hopefully as soon as Willie pops to get back up again, we'll be able to go to the rope and pull it out.
Okay, that brings us to Dooza. What does Dooza do now that you've taken everyone else and seen Willie dive into the pool?
So did Corda drop a rope or?
Corda dropped a rope.
No, he's got one end of the rope, like he's got a piece of it, like he's holding on to the rope.
He's lowered a rope into the pool.
Obviously, Willie didn't notice that you had stopped the head of Giant, and so he heroically tried to dive into the pool to get the skull.
Can I see Willie? Do I need to do a perception?
The water's churning quite deeply at this stage. You don't think you could see Willie unless you were above him.
As my first action, I'll kind of yell up, like, I can't see him where I am, and I will start to move around to see if I can see him.
Okay, you start moving up the slope.
Yeah, back up to corridor.
Okay, leaving Willie to his dinner.
Well, I can't see him, so...
Well, the next one though, considering Doomsday is closer to the water's edge, and hey, I can all understand it, they should pass up anyway. Would Doomsday be aware that this is the more turning than what would be just Willie?
Well, it's also the water rushing in and out from the sea.
Sure, yeah, if the water's surging all the time anyway.
Yeah. So it's not a calm surface to look at. And when you've got surging water, looking across surging water is a lot harder than looking down into it. So,
which is why we were trying to get the higher ground so we can try and see.
So now you get to see a bunyip in action.
A bunyip?
Okay, it hits armor class 21.
That would be a miss? Because he has a higher armor class than me, so...
Yeah, I'm in the water, I don't know what impact that has on my armor class.
I believe your armor class is the same unless you're restrained or unable to, like if you had a shield, your shield wouldn't be effective down here.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that's a miss.
Okay, so the teeth manage to come down towards you with a mouth wider than you are, but you manage to hold it at bay as it's trying to bite you. It tries to bite you a second time. This time it gets a whole armor class 18.
Misses again.
And it manages to get you between its teeth, standing on its face above the water level. And lets out a mighty roar into the room, giving you a will save.
Frustrated. What the? Fuck 11.
We're really seeing what a budget could do.
16 on the dice, which gives me a 27.
At 27, so you get frightened one, but because it's a success, you manage to ignore that one. I know you're the one who doesn't ignore it, aren't you?
No, I do ignore it. I've got haughty obstinance.
That's right, it's Suzo who doesn't ignore it. The other two get to make a will.
Range and each other.
The other two also get to make will saves. Because the cavern echoes with it. And it will reach over 100 feet.
Will save Chico.
Will save, yes.
26.
So I believe with your bravery you get to ignore it as well. And what about Duza?
21.
With a 21, you become frightened 1.
Mm-hmm.
1 less and it would have been frightened 2.
Really? Wow.
Because DC 21 was the target number.
I rolled a 10 and I have a will save of 11.
Okay, so the creatures are almost, its face is almost as wide as Willie is tall.
Wow.
7 feet.
As it is a medium-sized creature, it has a massive mouth.
Wow.
Well, I told you it was big. Yo.
And
I go, Martin.
Yep, it's now your go.
I just run. I swim for it.
Well, technically you're above the water level. You can make an athletics jump for the rope.
Oh, shit. I'll give it a go. My athletics isn't too bad.
As Corda had nicely lowered it to make it easier for you to grab.
Every now and again, it's useful. It's weird. Athletics, did you say?
Yep.
So 14 on the dice with 9, so 23.
Okay, you make this leap off of the bunyip, grab the rope, and run up the side of the wall with momentum until you're up near the door.
So that's one over the lip.
That's one action.
Give Cordar a pat on the shoulder and give him a nod.
Cordar's about 15 feet away from you at least.
That's okay, I'll move over.
Okay.
Pat on the shoulder, nod.
Hand in the rope.
Well, you can always pull the rope up, it's, you know.
You don't want to be too friendly, huh?
Well, there's friendly and there's overly friendly, you know.
They're friendly and then there's a big business.
Okay, so the three of you manage to gather up at the top. The bunyip cannot leave the water. Well, at least not without any skill. So it sinks down into the water after you have watch it for a moment.
Certainly for 50 foot up, and it's still looking in the water. The quarter chucking the rope back in his pack, but then also getting his bow out ready to let it come down in the meantime. That's fine.
You think it's only a threat if you fall in the water?
Or get
Yes. While I remember, and I know Parry's not here, but I'm going to approach Parry and, you know, see if any of the stuff we found on that dead, or the guy whose head I took, whether any of that's magical.
Parry says, "I sense the presence of magic."
That doesn't help me at all, because I know how magic, detect magic works. And you suck for saying that.
You suck for asking question mark?
The fact that he was looking in the opposite direction and having an argument when he said it, like he
Yeah.
There is the presence of magic. I do not know clearly within my distance of my check.
So theoretically, at least one of the items that we have is probably magical.
Or someone cast a light spell.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, that's cool. Cordar already gives you the fact that take out of these cabinets, maybe we would have haunted part of the house alone. So, and I can't believe maybe our wayfinders will work to find a light. And Cordar could take his shield up, but not trying to use his sword as a light source.
Okay, as you turn on your wayfinder, it just glows dimly without providing any illumination this time.
Okay. So
And then we sell.
Looking for test. So yeah, okay. So we're all ready, somewhat prepared.
B37 has a stone door with a lock on it. Doozer hears the back under his in the back of his mind going, remember, bend at the knees, do not lift with the back.
Do we want to try and get through this door tonight? In the current time?
I think you would.
And we're gonna let Anna look at the finger. What's inside the door?
I would recommend this.
Well, given that I denied Willie a lock-picking opportunity before, I kind of motioned to the lock and like you or me, or both of us. Who knows?
As Willie looks at the door, he hears a voice in the back of his mind going, yes, I really want you inside of me.
That's just creepy. You've been successful up to this point. I don't see why you'll start to fail now.
Is this a lock, like a big lock, or is it just a door with a lock, like, in it?
It's a door with a lock in it. Which you could have found the key of in 3 other places in the map.
I could have found the key.
In 3 other places in the map. It's a good point to point it out to players.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jeremy wanted to not look in rooms if we didn't have to.
So you remember that urn that I pointed out?
Yeah.
And the painting I pointed out this session?
Yeah.
There's 2 other locations for you.
Nice.
Okay, so have you not heard what we discussed then?
When Willie looked at the door, he heard a voice in the back of his head going, yes, I would really like you inside of me. So Willie chose to. So Willie chose not to try to open the door and let our Duzar friend do it.
Okay. You mean okay. Did Willie say he heard a voice?
He did not.
Okay. Because the coordinator response could have been, don't listen to the money.
So what is our strength, athletics roll from our resident muscle man?
Athletics roll. Athletics. 30.
Okay, you have no problems lifting the door up. But as the door comes off its hinge, you feel something shove you from the other side of the door. As we'll end the session with a guy that has a war razor that looks like a dilapidated version of the Alden Foxglove. Look at Parry and say, you've come to me. I knew my letters would sway your heart, my love. Let us consummate our hunger.
Okay.
As Uza gets to make a reflex saving throw.
Reflex save.
On the right side, when you fall back into the water, take the door with you, My hole becomes the money mouth.
25.
25. Okay. Did you want to go with the door into the water or let it go past you?
I will. Can I like use my momentum to kind of like weak it into the water?
You can.
I will do that.
Okay, so it goes quite into the water. And to give you guys a look of what you're seeing at the door, hopefully without making the camera fall over.
Ooh. Interesting.
Trying to get a good view without.
Very far, US young man.
Why is his tongue so long? Should I be worried about that?
Well, I'm sure they all better to talk with Harry.
And so he has the long claws, so he looks like he is undead.
Mm.
Very much like the creatures you've been fighting. And considering it's a culmination of the haunted house, that's a good point to stop unless you feel up to battling a boss.
No, I'm getting
We
pretty
better half party here.
Yeah.
As cool as it sounds, I don't know actually.
That's why I thought I'd give a end on the so the others can join you for the final battle.
Mm.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for that, Mark.
All good. So I'll go to end credits. I will see Jeremy on the weekend, hopefully.
Yep.
And if you want,
I'll send you a message. Just, like, I'll probably look tomorrow afternoon, but I'll send you a message to confirm if you're still around, if nothing's changed.
it should all be good.
I might head off Martin as I said, I'm pretty
Cool.
good. I've got to do this calls.
That's why I'm going to go to end credits. And if anyone wants to leave, you're welcome to. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks again, guys. We'll see you. Bye.
Good.
See you in a fortnight.
Mm.